Welcome to SonarFeed, episode 197, the last show of 2016.
Also known as typos.
Did we actually go with that?
Yeah, it's on there.
It's
with
amazing.
the E.
You got to read the sign, right?
I didn't
to know what I'm talking
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Aaron's face just drops immediately. He's like, "What?"
I'm reading it. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
about. So anyway,
Hopefully this week all four mics work.
what's up, guys?
Hi everybody. How we doing?
At the
What
moment,
up,
I think we
folks?
have 4 microphones.
We have
Yeah.
4, right now, until we get rid of Dave's, so that it
Dave?
goes quiet again.
Oh,
just
Dave.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
And I'm on the camera.
You are.
this
You
week,
are?
as
Good.
opposed to most weeks where you
You're
can
off
see
to the
like
side.
my left eye.
Well, it's because you ate already, right? So you ate before the show.
Yeah, but I'm not even cuddling closer. We just improved the angle on the camera.
I like that.
Facito's not here, so we ate.
Oh, it makes
Yeah.
sense. He wasn't drooling. I took a
Yeah.
picture with Facito and texted you.
I know.
I didn't even
And I'm
get
going to tell
a
you
photo
every
of
time.
Casino.
And so did I leave.
On
That's right,
Friday
yeah.
night, I got
Like 47.
maybe 15 or 16 people sending me pics of Facito when he showed up at the event.
Yeah.
You know, there was
awesome.
part of that was a joke. Was actually a lot of people talking to each other and saying, "Let's
do
send
this.
like
Let's
pictures
Oh,
of
that's so
Facito."
good.
Yeah.
That's so good.
And then everyone did it, and it was amazing.
Because we texted and tweeted you, which made it even better. At least to
That's
me.
when you know that
So,
people are
love
thinking
you.
about you.
And then
Dave.
Mike on Sunday morning, I woke up. He's like, I watched the game with this guy, and it was somehow Roger Levesque looked like a baby. I'll show you the pic later. And Mike Facito must have been standing on a chair for the selfie
That's
because
awesome.
yeah.
He was actually on top of the roof of the stadium.
Which may have been safer than our section.
I mean,
Yeah.
probably.
I mean, I just
That
never.
was so much fun.
It was so much fun.
The
but
people
dude,
near us that they were like, "Whoa, is the stadium moving?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's keep on going."
Yeah,
They were not
Yeah.
pleased.
This is the RFK story that
No,
everybody tells.
I will say that I would never do that on that made up extra seating
the
section.
little
that they
extra
had.
4 rows at the
Yeah,
edge.
that
Yeah.
did not look
Or-
very safe
Oh no,
at
He's-
all.
I think he's talking about like the end zone, like
The
where all
end
the
zone.
supporters were.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, don't do that.
No way. That
Yeah, no.
looks super sketchy.
Yeah.
At least it's not like right over the lake, though. You've got
But I was wondering,
Like-
you think about it, did they really think people were going to pogo? Like 1,500 people were going to pogo in that
yes,
section?
it's built for that.
Is it really?
Yes.
Thank
Good.
God, because
Thank
man,
goodness.
it didn't. But oh my
And
God.
we went pretty ham. We were pretty much.
They aren't going to
going
get 1,500 people more excited than you were. So
No.
Not in that section
No, we were really excited.
because we were way up there.
So we are here for our last Sonar Feed
What a year!
of 2016.
What?
That was
I was
good.
thinking about it like that. I was
hold
trying to,
there.
I was
Yeah.
trying to like, how long can I hold it for?
SonarFeed.
I almost did the tweet today.
The printer almost went out of business
Exactly.
right there. Or
But-
they were like, "Thank God Monday nights are free."
Exactly. So I was thinking about it. We are entering our 6th calendar year of
Holy
doing the show.
shit.
So it's it'll be 5 years anniversary this coming year. But we started in 2012. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then we're finishing the 5th year. and we're entering our 6th calendar year of doing the show, which is
Damn.
crazy to think about. So
Damn,
five
son.
5 full years almost.
It's a lot.
4 3/4, whatever we're at.
Do you
right
remember
now.
your first show here?
I'm trying to think when you were the first on.
I don't know. I refused a lot.
Let's look at that. We were lucky. No, not yet. But we
Not yet.
are going to start talking about doing like a kind of like a 200th-ish episode.
Yeah, because that's only 3 episodes away.
Right. So, but that'll be sometime late January, early February, once we figure out our schedule for January. So, kind of have a little
We just
fun
do it
with
next
that.
week.
Or we could just do it
We do
next week.
SonarFeed daily next week.
Daily.
Just get it out of the way.
Or we could just get together and drink instead and not have to do the show.
That
I like
sounds
that
like a really good idea.
I
Wait,
think
how's
that's
that
a little
different?
bit- Not really. No, exactly.
But if we drink it home, we don't have to pay.
Right.
Yes.
It's like sunk cost. We already
Right.
paid for that.
Right.
So
What we'll do is we can pick up some meat,
Yes.
grill some meat.
I got a bottle.
Drink some.
Blanton's.
got a bottle of meat?
Blanton's.
Oh, you have plantains?
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing this then. This is
damn,
happening.
I think we're all going to Hooch's house just in case
Yeah.
you still got that.
I
740.
still have my Hirsch. I
That
still have my
bottle,
Hirsch.
1,200 or 21 or 2,200
Amazing.
bucks.
I
Yeah.
bought mine
Wow.
7 or 8 years ago for $150. That same bottle. I have that
Nice.
bottle. I still have some at
Is
home.
that
Wow.
is that the one that he labeled not
Not for
Yeah.
not until an MLS Cup?
And we've
Yeah.
literally been joking with him about it for years.
years. Yes.
And now he's got like a bandwagon of people on
Yeah.
Twitter. They're like, Hooch, what time can I come over to your house? And he's like, no.
Yeah.
I
He would probably
moved.
share with us.
I mean, he might.
Yeah.
with Tom.
On the
Oh my
show.
God.
On the show for the 200th episode.
Oh, there we go.
I remember.
Do you actually think it's
Who'd
going to
you
make it
tell
till
me
January?
that I have to-
No way.
I remember when the old SB Nation manager, Graham Mackery, who
Oh, yeah, sure.
was with Lookout Landing and started We Ain't Got No History, and then took over SB Nation Soccer and then decided not write anymore. But he gave me a bottle, like from the monastery of West Belton 12,
Wow.
the like
Yeah.
beer of beers. And I said, well, I'm not just going to have this for any occasion. And so I set it aside for a major trophy that the Sounders had not won before. So, of course, they'd won a few Open Cups by
Yep.
then, but hadn't won the Supporters' Shield and hadn't won MLS Cup. So I kept it for 14 months after he gave it to me. Cracked it for the Supporters' Shield.
Nice.
Wrote a review. Sounded art because everything's content.
See, I feel left out now because all I did was I put a Miller High Life from like 1975 in my fridge, and I cracked that.
You see the dude that did the when the Cubs won?
exactly. It is the champagne
Yeah.
beer.
Old style.
It is.
Yeah.
That's what we drank at Miller's.
Miller's.
The can of old style that they aged until it, and then it, like
That was
they
our-
popped it, and there was no carbonation left, even though it was just sealed.
Open.
That's awesome.
That's what it was for the longest time. That was our go-to tailgating.
Miller High Life.
Yeah.
It's actually not a bad like cheap beer.
No, it's right next to Rainier.
Just
I had a number of them the other day.
Nice.
did you at the party? Nice.
That's what I was drinking.
All right, so here we are, episode 197. My name's Aaron Riley, aka Sonar Riley. Across from me,
My name's Hugo Garcia, aka Hector, aka Mivi de Seattle.
Miguel. Michael.
Yeah, aka Michael.
my left, your right,
Tom Biro, a.k.a. Bougie Hooli.
Michael.
and across from Tom, diagonal to me.
Dave Clark at Better Than.
Better than. That's awesome. I love it, Hector. So Kristen said that we need to have Uncle Hector over. Someone,
Uncle
Dude,
Hector.
Uncle Hector over soon.
At the end of your party, dude, I heard more Hector than ever before.
I want to put in a little plug. The Berliners hosting us. They're having a New Year's Eve thing. You can buy tickets because it'll be that popular. Little masquerade ball. Plus, they got a bunch of. I'm reading off it right here.
Is it $10 to reserve a seat and $5 for general admission?
Very good.
Ask your
Tom Biro.
server for details.
Ask your server for more
Now,
details.
is it the fourth annual or join us for our
Join
annual?
us for.
Okay.
Yeah.
type of?
And then it's
But
complimentary.
was it annual in
Complimentary
Spanish
champagne.
with the N?
Yeah. So
over
you
it, or-
actually, when you have your champagne toast, you have to give people compliments. Oh. And they have to be free.
And they've got hot beverages nowadays when you're
That's
hanging
right.
out on the patio like we are.
That's right.
Later,
Hot
so you can
toddies.
get your orange spice toddy.
I
Glute
like
vine.
that. That's good.
I'm gonna have some glute
And hey,
vine. later
another
today.
plug. You have on the brand newish.
Yeah. Yes,
Together we are heard. Together
I do.
we
Yeah,
finished.
It's basically a poem.
Yeah.
On a sweatshirt. Because
With a star.
and it's got a little star right here
I like that.
above the
What?
Sounded Heart Compass Rose. One little star.
That's pretty.
And if you haven't gotten the Puget Sound, You Will Hear Us, This Is Our Sound hoodie, that one's now available with the star over Compass Rose as well.
I like that.
Because fuck it, we're stars.
That's right. We're champions.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't swear. This
No,
is a
it's
family
okay.
show.
You're champ.
We're champions.
You're champ.
We're champions. It's okay.
Yes.
So
We'll bleep it. Just
in
like
the
at
last
rally.
week, yeah, exactly. Our bleep button. Our bleep. Yeah. So we left last week. We had what? 40 people here last week,
Probably.
or give or take,
Easy.
whatever. We did a champagne toast.
Oh,
We
it was a
all were
blast.
coming off
We
the
drank.
high. We drank a fair amount that night.
Had to drive me home.
Jake had, yeah, Jake was a DD.
Shout
Thank
out
you for
to
that,
Jake.
I went with Kyle over to Sherry's and had the worst, terriblest breakfast ever at like 1 a.m. or every time we left here. It was super awesome.
Done that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was
Me
good.
too.
So good.
That's better than some places you've gone after being here.
That's true.
Mark's house.
There's not
Mark's
a lot
house,
of places open.
Chinatown.
Yeah, Jake.
Like
Garden was
when
open.
we shut this place down,
Yeah, that's it.
South King County doesn't have a lot of late night options.
Just Sherry's. That's literally about it. Well, El Reconcito on the weekends
Fridays, though.
is
Yeah.
open till 3.
Yeah.
It
Iberian.
is?
Iberian. Oh yeah, dude.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good
We're gonna
tacos
do
there.
that one night after
Menudo,
drinking. We were
El
tacos.
totally doing that.
Reconcito is where the first
But
place
only
I met
the-
Spencer Davis. By
Only
the
the
way.
Iberian one though is open
Yeah,
till 3.
up on the hill.
Yeah, up on the hill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Up by your.
After Spencer Davis's first Sounders practice, Jeremiah and I took him there
nice.
for his
Awesome.
Welcome to Sounder at Heart lunch.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Did you make him pay as hazing?
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Go ahead. You can go. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hugs. Yeah.
So we got together last week. We celebrated. We chatted, and then
Yes.
we've had a couple more celebrations this week. We did the parade.
Yes.
Which how many of you have been back down to like where we started the parade, or the march at all?
I have not yet.
I
Okay.
have.
So I drive down, and in fact, I was
Yeah.
just there with my wife and
Right.
kids an hour ago.
Fourth and Pine.
Fourth and Pine. No, Fourth and Pine. Yeah, sorry, Fourth and
Yeah.
Pine, right by the
Westlake.
between Macy's and
Right.
P.F. Chang's.
PF Chang's, yeah.
So and now I drive down that road every day now, and I stop and I think like, holy crap, we were marching here.
We closed the
we
road.
had people like looking at us down. That was amazing,
Oh, dude.
epic. Like we were at the. I didn't do the Seahawk parade, so and I heard the Seahawk parade was obviously different because we
Whoa.
were
It's
in the
bunkers.
parade.
Well,
Yeah,
hey,
the military. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, they also bike racked the whole Fourth
Whole Fourth
Ave,
Avenue,
like,
yeah.
It was just a different thing.
Yeah. Different. And I didn't actually go to the parade. I went straight to the stadium and waited at the stadium because
Oh, okay.
I knew I had
were
a
a season ticket
Yeah,
holder,
I
you
got
got that
season
option.
ticket.
Myself,
but it was worth it because they opened up the suites lounge area and they had hot cocoa and food for
Yeah.
free. So we were like, yeah.
that
Oh,
parade
yeah.
was at like 1 o'clock was when it was supposed to start. Didn't start till like 1:30.
For the Seahawks.
Yeah,
yeah.
Brian Bender picked me up at 9 a.m. from my house, and we decided that we were going to take the light rail in. Because remember, it was like 24 degrees that
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
And turns out that some idiot tried to cross in front of the light rail. His car got hit, and so there are thousands of us at SeaTac with no idea what's happened, waiting in line in 24 degrees. So we got to the front of CenturyLink just in time to watch the very final of the Ducks go in, and then we said, "Screw this, let's go to Temple," and that's what we did.
There you go, Dave. Oh no, never mind, not Dave.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So that's my Seahawks parade story.
Gotcha.
That was so crowded and even colder than the Sounders.
Yeah, I was skiing,
Event.
so I was skiing when that happened.
Since I was there so early, I got in the second row over by the entrance to where the players come in. And when they made their lap around afterwards, I got to touch the Lombardi Trophy.
Nice.
And
I
very
still haven't
similar-
touched the MLS Cup yet.
Me neither.
Well, it is
Really?
currently at Zach
Yeah.
Scott's house.
I know.
Where it's watching TV with his kids.
That was,
That's a
I love
blast.
it. I love that
So
they're
good.
doing the Stanley Cup-esque.
It is
I
fun.
hope they're going to do that.
Yeah,
They
so
do that.
did you hear, by the way, like the actual MLS Cup, like they get for a while,
Yeah.
and then it goes back to the league offices, and a replica is what stays
here?
in the trophy room. So they're going to
Really?
play with it like this for a couple of months.
Boring.
Well, but it also means that every other team is going to get the one that caught the fish.
Also, among other things.
Yeah. And beer and whiskey.
Knowing people who've been at players' Stanley Cup parties at their house,
Yeah.
I'm expecting some other teams to really want to use some handy wipes on the MLS Cup.
Yeah.
By the
It's
time they
bleached
see
the
it.
fuck out of it.
In 2009, it was funny because I helped put on the supporter summit that year, and so they needed people to give like
Oh,
flavor
the year
when
the
it showed
MLS
up.
Cup was here.
yeah.
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 That's right.
And so they're like, "Hey, can you hang out with the MLS Cup? It's going to come on the ferry. We're
I
going to have this."
guess.
I'm like, "Sure, that whatever."
What?
And so I'm like standing near it, and the whole time there's this dude from Tiffany's, because that was the first year that Tiffany's had done it.
Interesting.
And he is standing there like he has shoulders that make Hugo look small, and he's standing there and he goes, "Step away from the cup." I'm like, I'm supposed to be. Take one step away from the cup. And I'm like, I was already 2 steps away from the cup. So then I was 3 because I listened to a man that large. And then here we are 7 years later. And it, like they're passing around the crowd. Like I was at the Columbia Center was one of the places I worked there. And like everybody's like touching. The only rule the Sounders had was please don't pick it up because if you drop it, that would be very bad. Well, if the players hand it to you, you're allowed to do it with it as you please. If the person who is, if one of their PR staff is the only escort for it, they're going to just say, hey, you can touch it all you want, but do not pick it up. It
really wasn't that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Where at, Jake? Really? Yeah. I know who that was.
They walk in and they're like, where should we put this down? I'm like, there's a table right here.
Microsoft.
Yeah. Okay. Jake is saying at Microsoft they were a little less strict.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's the same PR person because I know her. And that's kind of interesting. But
Well, I still haven't touched it yet. I'm not worried about it.
Keep track.
We'll touch it.
It'll tour again.
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about it.
No sweat.
It's
it was already in Olympia. You're South Sound. You should have gone further
We
south.
didn't really get to tell that story because we talked about everything else.
Yeah.
But, I think we briefly discussed that a bunch of us sneaked into the post party.
Yeah, and
Some
of
of
us
you
did
got
not.
kicked out.
Except Mark.
Some of
Thanks,
us-
Mark. And then I was with Mark's.
I know.
There
should've
were some
just kept going.
doozy photos that were taken.
We should have just kept going.
I know.
We should have ignored Mark.
Yeah.
We were trying to.
Sorry, guys.
We were trying to take care of our friend.
Not the end of the world.
Unlike you, who just abandoned us.
For the cup.
No way, man. You guys were just chilling. Mark was sleeping after eating pizza. 3 a.m. or whatever it was.
Oh, my God.
Anyway,
So you got to go in and play with it.
we did get to go in and
Nice.
bump into some players and had some good convos.
This is a picture of Mark asleep with his pizza.
Are you able to share some of those?
Share some for what?
Convos.
The convos with
Yeah.
the players?
Yeah.
Yeah. We walked in and were immediately greeted by Taylor Graham and then Taylor Huerta, who's the neighborhood group guy for the GA sections.
Right.
And Taylor Huerta's like, oh, they'll let anybody in here. And we were like, just because we socially engineered our way into your party doesn't mean you get to say anything. And they were like, cool, go take photos with the MLS Cup. So we did. And we chatted with Stephen Fry and Jen Fry for a little bit. And they're super awesome.
You like hang out with Stephen Fry once a week now.
Twice in a week, I hung out with Stephen Fry. And then we got to shoot the breeze with Freeberg. And I didn't tell the story about Freeberg last week, right? He's there with Taylor Graham and me and Derek.
Yeah.
And we're just talking about the match in general. And Freeberg's like, I wasn't nervous at all. He's like, I was super nervous. And Taylor's like, no, you weren't. That's not true. And he's like, yeah, that's not true. And then we were like, congrats, dude. And then everything that we were talking about, like the medals and everything, Taylor's like, oh, that's fake. And then we were just, everything was a joke. Like everybody was just so lighthearted. It was really kind of awesome to see. And we talked with Flacco. And even though I was hard on him for months, I did say, hey, welcome back. It's great that you got to come back and this is where you are. And it was really funny. It was Valdez and Flacco and Ivanchit hanging out together. It was like the most random three
No kidding.
hanging
That's
out. Freeberg was still there. Herc was still there, a few other guys. And it was fun to just bump into people, kind of there. And then at the elevators and whatnot. Deuce was out pretty late with the group, which was great. And he seemed
he was hanging out with
obviously
Steve
in very
Zakawani.
good spirits afterwards.
Yeah.
So, and then again at the parade on Tuesday.
The parade was cool. Going back to the parade because that was pretty awesome. I mean, it was
crazy.
It was cool because they asked ECS to be up front.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty cool. ECS did not want to. I'm not putting words in your mouth.
Nope.
But
We said no.
You
We actually said no.
Right. And
On Monday.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, we did a call with them on Monday, and we knew the parade was coming because they did the like no jinx, but we have to plan this. There's permits. There's all sorts
Exactly.
of things. But FYI, this is about when it'll be if it happens.
Yep.
So we knew it was coming, and we knew they wanted us to be a part of it. But they said we're planning on inviting people to come out in March and do something different.
Yep.
But we didn't know the lowdown.
And then what ended up happening was ECS was up front, mixed in with season ticket holders.
Yep.
A guerrilla east side.
All the recognized
We
supporters
we
groups
said,
were there.
guys, we will literally go to the back.
Yeah.
And we just want to be with all the people. And
Yep.
they said, okay, there's a limited number of people that we can put in this front area.
Yep.
What if we made it open to as many people as we can get in there? And we said, let's do it.
Yeah.
So that was the play.
Yeah. And that was fantastic. 'Cause that made it inclusive. It made it feel good.
Yeah,
It made it
we had
feel
no interest in it being about ECS.
No.
That's not what it is. That's
Yep.
not why we were there. And we said anything that you guys can do to make this as open as possible.
Yep.
Understanding that police and other people are involved and like do and do not want certain things.
Yep.
The cool part was basically everything except the BFF poles because they had actually hit the transit lines that we walk under.
Yeah.
We were able to do pretty much everything.
Yep.
Which
That's
was
awesome.
pretty
pretty
fantastic.
fantastic.
I miraculously made it at just
Yeah,
the
you did.
right
I saw you.
time.
Dude,
Yeah.
that was fantastic.
And I didn't think I was going to make it. And I took the light rail instead of taking an Uber to the front because we talked about it.
Yeah.
I was going to take an Uber. I was like, I'm just going to get on the light rail. I get out, and then I see a coworker who said, hey, if you could meet me, that'd be great. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to make it. And I bumped into him right by that corner where that
Right.
coffee stand is. Then I look to my right, and I see Dave. I'm like, Dave, I need to get in there. And I was that guy where I squished through probably 50 people trying to get into the front
The space.
section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I apologize to anybody that I squished and knocked
No
out.
one really
No, it's okay
cared.
because you ended up next
Yeah.
to me, so it was fine.
Yeah, it worked out. It worked
I'm
out
totally
really
fine
good.
with that.
Yeah, it was
Run
awesome.
them over.
Oh,
Let
yeah.
them know.
I did. I let them
them
know.
know.
Oh, they
Let
have.
them know.
They definitely have taco smells going on right now.
I would like another one. Oh.
So that was pretty fun.
It was amazing.
I think we thought everybody had a great time.
Yeah. Well, we did. We started marching. Whatever.
Everybody
time it was.
needs a good 5.5 hours off in the middle of your work
Right?
day.
Absolutely.
I was
So
not
That's
They're
the
out-
like-
best
I was
thing.
not
Like,
out
I
that
want
long.
the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl too because that'll give me another good 5.5
I was only there
hours.
for an
Seriously.
hour.
Yeah.
It was sort of a chuckle. They're like, oh, what time you think people will get there? And they were like, I don't know if 10 to 10:30 is going to be enough time. 9:30, we pulled up with Jake, and we had, what do we have, the 2 poles? Oh, we went into the stadium.
And
Yeah,
then you ended up
later
with
we'll
one.
tell you the story
Right.
about how we just sneaked our way with a vehicle into CenturyLink Field, and got keys to the storage. No comment. Anyway, we look
Social
innocent.
engineering.
Anyway,
ninjas.
but we pulled up, and there were already, I'd say, 75 people at the Starbucks at 9:30, 9:40.
We were there. Yeah, we were there before
but
9:30.
waiting, but not meandering,
No,
actually ready.
Absolutely.
That was crazy.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I was
And
really
they grew
impressed.
really fast.
Really fast. Yeah.
Like it ballooned minute by
It's
minute.
pretty hard for us to get 25 people to show up for TIFO when they know what the design is.
Exactly.
And it's like a giant flaming phoenix.
Yeah.
Or anti-Portland. Yeah. Maybe 25 people will show up. And this was 100 people were there that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tifo, do we need to redo the bookshelf one now that it's out of date?
I mean, we might.
Oh my!
I
We
told-
don't really
told-
redo
Bring
stuff.
it out.
I know,
No.
But that doesn't mean there's not a
An addendum.
similar
Yeah.
idea.
because
So
I remember that one it wasn't supposed to be a bookshelf.
Yeah, it
originally.
was. Well, there was a bookshelf, but
And
the
then-
book was
yeah, the
supposed to
open
keep
pages.
folding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was pouring and windy, so it just
Oh.
opened in one big thing.
Yeah,
So
That's right.
It's nice that there was
I'm just gonna say that
an
folding
alternate plan
of
on that one.
that might have been the heaviest thing ever.
Yeah.
We actually needed 2 giant push carts to push it from the CenturyLink or the WAMU. Basically, we had to put it on carts and then push it into the garage. And I think it took 20, 30 people. The moving it was maybe as long as all the work we did the whole night just to
Jesus.
move it across. And
Abilities are
I told Dan I wanted a full
endless.
stadium display, and he said no. That's not
he
happening.
was like,
Jake is saying
170 people on the
Yeah.
ropes
People in the
for a
rope.
full stadium.
no, that was just for if we just did curtains.
Yeah.
Oh, just curtains.
Curtains from the loge.
That doesn't fill.
down.
That doesn't actually fill the whole stadium. That just drops.
That's just a
curtains.
drapery.
170.
Oh my
It's
god.
always 71 because it's always an
Yeah. Yeah.
171.
I did. You're
And we can't get 25 people to show up.
Yeah. So anyway, there was a great crowd
you.
there before we ever got together. Everybody wanted to help.
Yes.
It was really cool. People were like, oh, you got
Yeah.
2 poles.
Yep.
What could we do with them?
Yep.
Where do they need to go? Where should I be? Like, it was really, really cool to see.
I will tell you, there was this weird guy walking in the whole parade with a 2-pole. Like the entire
Just one
time.
2-pole.
Just one 2-pole.
Just hanging,
Just
holding
a
on
weird
to it.
dude.
It was just really random.
Was he in
right?
there security at the
Super
front?
random.
No, it was that guy over
it
there.
was-
it
Jake,
dropped. And
you
one,
had one
of them
too?
had dropped. Yeah,
Good
one-
job.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to let this thing.
He
It was
wasn't
you
going to
and
leave
Doc
it there. Yeah.
were each walking around with
Oh,
one.
did Doc have one too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some random goes had a flag. Is like, you need this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at
Some
Here you go.
random girl got it because he had a fly. It was awesome.
Don't worry, guys. We can get more PVC.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like we did in Toronto.
yes, we're
like
in
we did in
Toronto.
Toronto. No, we did.
Yeah.
We went out and bought
80
fucking.
Was that all of it?
Oh
basically?
my god, there was like we bought 40 10-footers and I think there was maybe like 4 left.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And we
You
cut
should
them.
have just bought them and been like, sorry.
Yeah, we should.
We don't need these.
No, because we had
but-
to cut them all. So we were
No,
like,
that's
at
true.
that point, we were done
Yeah.
cutting.
Yeah.
That was I got hot. No, not really.
No.
I was tired, and I had to go pick up Princess.
We had like 4 hours of sleep after traveling all day. And
So
anyway,
Long
the
story
parade.
short,
The parade.
if you want to be involved with TIFO,
There's lots of
follow
opportunity.
ECS TIFO.
and talk to Jake.
Jake.
Jake,
Oh, sorry,
and
Huckleberry.
Danicus.
Jake.
A Princess
or-
Huckleberry.
Or
Danicus.
Dan.
Adding to your name.
Yep. But ECS TIFO.
ECS TIFO,
Or any of
Get in
us, and
touch
we
with
can
them.
get you in contact with whoever you guys
and
want.
they're always looking for new ideas. They're always looking for new artists. They're always looking for new support.
Absolutely.
Not as scary as it sounds.
No?
It's
And
not
they break
scary.
it down
I've
into
done it.
small elements because
Yep.
it's all voluntary. So the way that you do that is you spread it out as much as possible.
Absolutely.
My favorite part is the chalk gridding. I'm a
Oh,
huge fan
yeah.
of that.
Dude, I was amazed
Yeah.
that
Oh my
there was
God.
12 displays this year at the end of your
At
party.
scale.
That Dan said there was 12 displays. That's
But there was a
huge.
point where there was 4, and people were like, "Yeah, that was a pretty good year," and then we did 12.
Nice. We kicked off this year with Si Se Puede.
She's
Yeah.
avoided. That was a
Did
fun
2
one.
at once.
Yeah, 2 at
Did
once.
2
that was really
in that
cool.
same 2-week
And
period.
I really liked that one. Some people had
Si
some
Se
issues.
Puede?
No, yeah, that one. Si Se Puede.
Oh, the
the
Kansas City-
The We're Back.
Yeah.
With the
The Poltergeist
the
reference?
Poltergeist.
the
Poltergeist
Colton
reference.
video. The thing looks good on
Yeah.
video.
Yeah, I'll have to. I have not watched it
Yeah,
yet.
I helped with both those two.
Yeah, me too.
Not many more, but
Yeah.
I did
No
My,
those.
wife,
comment.
my daughter did, and she really wants to go again.
Yeah, I was there.
Remember when
Yeah, I
we
know.
did one in Mexico City?
I do. I think we told that story once or twice.
Yeah.
Okay, parade.
At the party.
Parade.
Parade. French parade.
Brian
So,
Schmitzer.
comes out of the whole. It comes out of the buses. So it's us in the beginning, and then it's the buses, and then there's more people coming gathering as we go.
Yeah. So
right?
Academy.
Bus order was first team
team.
players,
Right.
first team coaches, S2
Yep.
Academy.
Okay.
Right.
Staff and everything too, or no?
With there were some some
Media.
staff that were on the buses as well as some of their back office people, and then the lower levels of the academy were carrying the Sounders flags like they
Okay.
do for pregame ceremony.
Yep.
But seeing all of those condensed into like this
3
glob
trolleys.
at the end,
Yeah.
as opposed to spread out
Yeah.
around the field, and all of a sudden there's 30 of the exact same flag, and they're all in their training tops,
Yep.
so that matching equipment. I'm like,
Yeah.
as a military guy, I'm like, nice. And then as a military guy, I'm like, you guys don't walk in a straight line very well at all.
No comment.
Then again, they're like 14 and 15-year-old kids that are watching their heroes.
Pretty much.
How many
play with
times
the
did you guys
MLS
cry
Cup.
during the parade, or get emotional?
I got emotional a couple times. At least.
Not during the parade, but during the rally.
The rally,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
rally.
Definitely.
See, for me, it was like we left Westlake, and we went to 4th and Virginia, and that was the first stop, right? Because they kept stopping us to
Somewhere
pace us,
around there.
to
Yeah.
pace us.
Yeah.
But I was in the middle of 4th and Virginia, and we started doing. It was it was bounce time.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like. It was just like, oh my God, we're in the middle of the street,
Bouncing.
bouncing.
Yeah.
All of us. There's a whole bunch of people lined up at this point still because it got thinner as you went.
Yeah.
And then it got thicker again. But
Yeah.
then there were people out
Well,
of
people
all the
also
buildings
started
and all
getting
the,
into the
Yeah.
march.
Exactly,
And,
yeah.
And then you
Which is
started seeing the
bouncing.
Space Needle from afar.
Right.
And then the mod. I mean, it was just amazing.
And we're
You
singing
guys
all
didn't-
of our songs, the songs that we sing every week in and out, and we're singing it, and it was just
You guys missed Ozzy with Chief Sealth?
No, we were there. We were
was
right
there.
there.
We
Oh,
stopped
because
right
it was
in
in our
there.
video.
You guys
We
went
stopped right
past
there.
it.
The front
Yeah,
of the march.
we
did.
had to stop the march at Denny.
We were right
but we
there,
did
though.
get to see it.
Yeah. So Hugo and I were like
Well,
literally
if you were
like.
tall enough to see it,
Yeah.
you saw it.
Are you making a small joke?
I was in front of the trolleys from the first.
In front of the trolleys to the end. Yeah.
Grandma,
This is how close I
Grandma
was.
did almost the entire walk.
That's how close I was
It
too.
was pretty awesome.
You did the whole walk.
She almost got ran over.
Jeez.
I was that close to
Put it
that.
in front of the camera.
Yep.
Wrong camera.
That's awesome.
Other camera.
What other camera?
Yeah, and
messing
then
with you
so
now.
we get to we get into the into the Space Needle area,
Yep.
and then we get ushered into that whole little pen,
Up front.
which
Yeah.
I totally did not expect. I had
Oh,
no
me neither.
clue idea. I figured
super
we weren't
lucky
going to
on
see
that
the
one.
rally. I figured we're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah,
But
me
you and
too.
I were like towards the middle back, and then all of a sudden we like cut
No,
corner.
someone was moving in
Yeah,
real quick.
boom, and then we were right there in the front.
We
were
were
like
told
8-10 people
there
away.
was space, but we didn't know what it was.
Yeah, that was
So,
fantastic.
There were parts of that I loved. There were parts of that I didn't love.
About being up front.
Yeah, some of it was valuable, but then it became like this random person that half the people here don't know are going to attempt to lead the group. Let's see what happens.
Gotcha.
I have to tell you, Bread, huge
Bread.
shout out to Bread.
Oh,
What's
my
your
God.
name?
What
Bread.
Do you,
Yeah.
What do you do?
I make 2
You
polls.
make 2 bowls.
But not just that. Like, she
And I was
got-
like, damn.
Yeah.
and on top of that, she got a shout out from
From Christian.
Roldon,
Roldon, on the
right
MLS
on the
account.
MLS
Yeah.
Snapchat.
That was nuts.
Like,
Yeah.
hi, Brad.
Yeah.
was
I was like,
just
oh my God, I'm
crazy.
never gonna be as cool as she is right now.
Behind her, were like, put down the 2 poles.
People in the back. So the best part, this is like,
Turns around and goes,
Sometimes
this will
Jake
be the
doesn't know that
one
he's not
negative
on a
thing I'll say
microphone.
today.
Go ahead.
Like, we all joke about how no matter what, like, you could hit the lottery and someone's going to be like, yeah, but you didn't buy your ticket at my store. Like, there's always something negative. So the tweets and the emails and the comments and the Sound at Heart stuff, like, everything was amazing. And then finally somebody messages us and they're like, we really appreciate that you asked for A, B, C, and D, but we were super mad at you because someone had their 2 pull up in the middle of the section. And then I started talking to the leadership group, and I'm like, it has been 0 days. And then someone's like, Heather or somebody was like, since we ruined your championship experience.
That, yeah.
True. And it's fine. Like, I get it. But I'm just like,
the
really?
One, some guy did a Stephen Fry save, the save,
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
in front
that
of us,
was
right? And
funny.
people near us were like, "Put down the cardboard," and I'm like, "Just we're here to
Get
enjoy
taller.
the environment."
Yeah.
Like it's like whatever.
Move over.
Buy stilts.
Like, I was moving back and
Yeah.
forth all over. Even though it was tight, I was able to move to get better views.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's like,
I
there's
was. So you know the TV screen that you guys could
Yeah,
see up
we
front?
were right there.
To the
Right
right.
There was
there.
also a TV screen about 1,000 feet behind you.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I was behind that one.
Oh, wow.
And there were people behind me.
Right.
Like,
Wow.
It was pretty cool.
No, yeah.
How many? I heard 40,000. One. That
40
seems high.
sounds like a reasonable number.
Doesn't it feel high?
No.
Are you,
Not
no,
at
that's
all,
everybody
dude.
from all
I've
along
been
the
there
merge.
when those grounds have been filled for other things.
Okay.
And the numbers I've always heard like that
Yeah.
are 40 to 60.
and,
when you look at the
and,
photos.
and that is probably just for the rally.
Oh, just for the rally.
Yeah. You don't know how many people walked out and then went back into
The
the
march
office.
is almost
Yeah.
impossible because of how they did it
Did
as a
it, yeah,
march
right.
rather than a parade.
Correct.
Which was masterfully done.
I thought so.
Finding the numbers for the march
Yeah. Impossible.
would be impossible because, like me, I did 2 laps around the
Center.
trolleys.
Oh, okay.
There were tons of people who like they met one of the players they wanted to meet, and then they went off to a side road, sprinted up 4 blocks,
Okay.
come back out.
Gotcha.
Like it was so funny when I went to past Crossways, you could see guys sprinting and
That's
running
awesome.
up.
That's
You could see
awesome.
people sprinting by and running up.
Interesting. Okay.
So because it was meant as a march, the
Yeah.
constant movement made it much more difficult.
That's interesting. Yeah, and it was like a regular march to the
Yeah.
match, and it was amazing. Again, I got
Nobody
I got
runs
lucky.
to the front. No.
No. It was funny because I got lucky. I got to hang out with you, right?
Yeah, dude, I was
so
able
we
to
basically
hang out.
went from like all the way, the whole way to see you, and we got to hang out that whole way. It was just a special,
Yeah.
you know, when you're because like I didn't take a lot of this whole thing, this whole experience. I have not taken a lot of video. I took very few pictures. I really just got in the moment. I mean,
How do-
I hate
how do
to
we- how do we
hashtag
start the
this
show?
moment.
Everything is content.
Right.
I got plenty of it. Don't worry.
I know,
As
but
you could saw,
he
as
did.
you saw by
He
the
did.
video.
I didn't though. I wanted to be there. For me, it was the
My phone
different.
died
Yeah. I was able
at
to
9:45.
I brought my battery,
So
I was able to
I didn't need it.
to do a little bit of both as much as I could. But it was really cool because I did do the whole march there with you. But I was able to see like a bunch of people like David Johnson, who was one of the first members to join Barra with me at the
Yep.
same time
Yeah.
in 2012. Jose, who created the Para Ganar Los Sounders song. Tons of different people, man, from all, like everybody
Yeah.
that's here. I pretty much saw
Yeah.
it during that march.
Yeah, I think so.
Um,
Except for Adam, I didn't see Adam. I never saw you, Mark, either.
no,
were you at the march?
He was working. He was working.
You were at work. Okay.
Mark
Adam
actually went to
worked
work.
it.
Yeah.
You were a good boy.
But it was amazing, man, seeing all the different
Love
people
you.
that we've spent years now supporting, enjoying games, traveling. I
Yeah.
mean, that's
He brought it to the march.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
that's what's about.
And it goes back to Sarah's not here tonight, but she was here last week, and she had her two-pole, that had Kyle and Sarah on the front,
You are with us.
and you were with us, and then had everyone's name on the back, whether that person was
My brother.
a memory of, or whether that
Yeah.
person was someone who couldn't make it, and it just
My brother was on there twice. Shout out.
he was on there twice.
Yeah, because I put him on and he put himself on.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Sorry.
You just ruined it for everybody. Somebody didn't go because of your brother.
No, there was plenty of room. They
No,
added.
they ran
added.
out.
No, they could. They added.
They ran out.
No,
Guys, stop fighting.
No.
no.
Anyway,
Okay. Then the players came out. Clint did his awesome.
Oh my God.
Drop
Yeah,
the mic
I'm like-
scene. 'Cause going
on
into
one
it,
hand, to be honest,
Exactly.
not a fan. Like, just stop talking about Portland ever.
who?
What?
Yeah, like don't really care. But it was like the most Clint thing.
Oh, nailed it.
It was cringeworthy as fuck,
Yes.
and yet pretty funny all at the same
yeah.
time. Right? You're like,
So wait a minute. I'm sorry. This is breaking news. So that tattoo that you guys saw of Roman holding up the cup on the back of his stat calf.
Yeah,
that's
it's
Roman
his.
who got.
He
a
tattooed
tattoo.
himself.
Wait, so did someone steal the photo and post it on
No,
their
it's the
account?
same.
though?
No, it's the pink. It's the tattoo shop.
Oh, thank God.
I think so.
Roman did it.
Again, this is
That's
Brad
actually super
tweeting it.
meta.
Torres
Roman
got
Co-
himself lifting
That's
the cup
what it looks like.
at the rally.
Could someone tweet
tattooed
that to
onto
the
his own
SonarFeed
calf.
account? I'm trying to catch that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Brad
can't
just
decide
tweeted
if
it.
I'm confused or amazed.
That is-
Torception.
Torception. Oh
Wow.
my God. Holy crap.
I can
Torception.
ception anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not shocked.
I like Torception though. That's
You'll
nice.
take it?
That's nice. I like that one.
Just do it.
It's
Hashtag.
better than Gate. It's better than a Gate.
Yeah, stop. Not everything is a gate.
I know what I'm saying, but Torception is good. So
How many glue fine will I have tonight?
So,
sorry.
8.
Wow.
What do you have to 2?
There's only one so far.
Damn it. Got a lot of work to do. So, players on...
Zach jumping into Schmetzer's arms.
Oh.
Like just from the
There was some cool
your
stuff.
hug with Schmetzer,
Dude.
and then my half hug. I was kind of like I was
You were
dejected.
You were
One of my favorite Zach Scott things about the rally and whatnot is everybody else is out there in their official team gear, whether it's the team parka, the team
Yeah.
top, even Clint team
Yeah.
hoodie.
Yeah,
Zach's got, I think it was a Carhartt
Yeah.
jacket on.
I think you're right.
like he's like, it is cold.
yeah, I'm
And
gonna wear what
I'm
I want to.
retired.
wear.
Someone, by the way, tweeted at
Today's
ECS
the
and
last
was like,
day.
Was like, does Zach have to go to work tomorrow? Like, I think they actually tagged slalom.
He started working like 6 months ago.
Yeah,
Right.
Like,
No, but
Yeah.
still.
So he probably did.
Yeah, he probably did. He probably had to go into the office.
He ran out of PTO.
Yeah, he had to use PTO. That would be great.
Yeah, PTO for the parade.
I
Yo,
loved
Slalom
what
is
Slalom
watching
did.
right now, and they're like, "Fuck you guys."
That's all.
Did you
Well,
see
few,
the-
actually.
what they did
Yeah.
with their office building, where they put up the
That was
Go
fantastic.
Sounders in the windows, and then once he got there, and also Zach or
Also,
That's awesome.
Under one of my contracts, because we have slalom people.
that would be fun to have him under one of the contracts. Yes.
Yes.
It was the rally was good.
It-
It was delayed a long time because of the police
know,
officer who got hit by the
yeah.
trolley, which the Sounders have
hung out with
I was
hung out
just
with
glad I was
them
able
and
to take
everything.
all that in just an hour. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was an amazing hour. It was
Amazing
really
hour.
fast. The fastest hour of my life.
Yeah. No, but it really was. It really was an amazing, well put. It was just a really well put
For
event,
for
man.
the amount of time they had, I thought it went well. It did feel like it was thrown together, like it went well, but it
Yeah.
felt. I mean, you've done a lot of event work in your life, I
Yes.
assume. It felt good, but like a little.
There's a little
thrown
clunk,
disorganized.
little clunk factor.
Clunky, yeah.
Um,
Yeah. but
Yeah,
good, but still really good.
It was done really well. I think two things though. Stuff like that. Stuff like the officer
Right.
getting in the accident completely changes the timeline.
Everything.
Like
Yeah.
you're told we'll clear these when we clear them.
Yeah.
Like there is no timeline.
It should have been a half-hour
So-
thing, and it was only an hour, so that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
exactly.
you never know what you're gonna get. And then you saw, like, if you are friends with James on Facebook or Twitter, like he posted about how he did the announcements and then thought like players were going to be there that weren't,
Yeah.
and so on. But like that's also something where like you put something together.
Yeah.
Like we did a call at 11 on Monday,
Right.
And we were still like planning
Yeah,
shit,
right.
With that, like the Sounders did 99.9% of the work,
Right.
We just got the group to show up.
Yeah.
But that was a midday Monday.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
what do you think was still probably happening at 8:00 Monday?
Oh,
you know?
well, that's why we didn't have a
So-
guest that Monday night because
Right.
he was still in the office
Yes.
working that night. So, I mean, which makes sense. There was a lot to do.
Yeah.
But I liked the Charlie Lion. You know, it was announced.
Charlie.
Oh, wait a minute. No. Time out. He's not
Just
here.
kidding. Just
Flacco's
kidding.
like
Yeah.
Fernandez.
Yeah.
Live show too.
Oh, so it was a live show. That's a great point, Mark. It was
but
a
they
total
actually
live show.
have producers.
Wow. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm going to drop my mic real quick.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Damn.
Mark's over here crying
Oh,
now.
hey, Mark.
The elf just got put on
Yeah.
the shelf. The
I
elf
know,
just
it's
got
all
put on the
like,
shelf. The elf
I
just
don't
got
know.
put on the
Uber.
shelf.
Hoover.
Anyway.
Anyways, okay. So then the rally ended an hour after it started.
It was great.
And,
I love how, by the way, last week we also recapped the parade and rally, and we're just so excited that
No, we
we're
didn't.
again
No, it was
recapping the
afterwards.
parade and rally.
No, the parade and rally was after our
That
show
was
last week.
after the show last week, dude.
Hi, Dave.
That was the day after.
Dave, the rally was
Oh no!
Tuesday.
Last week we recapped the game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That was after.
And
It's
we had
only
our
been-
own celebration.
Yeah.
Welcome to Sonar.
Need another glue vine?
Yeah.
So anyway,
And
How am I
then-
getting
can we
home?
talk about Hercules Gomez for a second?
Oh, yes.
Oh my God, the crowd surf or everything?
So I'm in like this.
Did he kick you?
Row isn't the right word. I'm like 3 people back from the rail.
you were in
there.
the third row?
And what?
Wow, how'd you get up there?
I pushed my way up there.
Damn.
People in
man.
Seattle are like, "Whoa, people are pushing past you," and you're like, "Fuck you, dude! I'm getting up there." So
that was me
anyway,
you stepped on.
good. Anyway,
Yeah, fuck Rutgers.
so Rutgers also not New York.
You're also not from New York.
So,
New Jersey.
Oh my God.
Did I say I was? She did.
Go ahead.
Anyway.
It's your story. It was really.
Assholes.
How do you like it now?
I got like 1% of the shit that you get every 10 minutes.
He's talking to Mark, by the
So,
way, off the camera.
Anyway, Mark,
Oh my God.
our esteemed
This is
producer.
so fun.
You put the shit on your resume, on your LinkedIn and stuff, right?
Did you really?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so
You put senior.
we're sitting
Put
there and
senior
like
on it.
you can see Herc talking to people.
Yeah.
And he gives somebody a phone or something, or puts one in his other pockets, and he starts moving. And he's like, "I'm doing this." And we're like, there's no chance
Oh my God.
that he does this.
Oh my God.
And he marches over, and then just jumps. And I was like, this is going to end so poorly. Because there's like a 4-foot space.
Yeah.
And then a bar. And then people, some of whom are 10.
If there was a city though to do crowd surfing as part of the
Oh, yeah.
championship, this was it.
It reminded me of like the free Pearl Jam concert in the park and like those the old like the 90s when I was here.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that moment of like holy crap.
It just
Is
happened.
this
And
happening?
then the
Veteran,
best part was,
you know.
he just went back.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
send me
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Send me
He's
back.
way back there. And then the best part is, I'm watching people like take their gloves off, and then they're like, I touched Hercules Gomez's pants.
I think
I'm
they
like,
were saying but.
Just maybe. Yeah. This is a family show.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I wasn't one of those.
Anyway.
I wasn't close
far
enough.
off.
You didn't touch his
I wasn't
butt.
close enough. I know I wanted to. I just wasn't close enough. All right.
Anyway.
I'm clarifying.
So we sent Herc back,
yeah, that was great.
which
That
was
amazing.
interesting.
So
And then
many of these-
trying to get him back over the security guys.
that was
and
pretty
everything.
funny.
It was pretty
All
funny.
of it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
That Derek literally comes in, hops over the wall, just climbs
Climbs the
up the
stanchion.
thing,
Yeah.
and just starts announcing stuff. And
Before the
best
game,
is,
before.
No one
Nobody
said anything.
Because that's when we got there.
That's right.
And
when
we
He's like
saw
hanging
him.
off there like
Yeah.
a monkey with like.
Like actually hanging off. And the joke about it was the year started. We're at first practice. It's raining, and we're on one of the further fences, and Derek just climbs up on the fence and he sits down on top of it, and security comes. Like we see them coming, from like 100 yards
Yeah.
away, and they walk over and they're like, "Sir, you're gonna have to get off the fence." And he's like, "Why? I just climbed up here all by myself." And he's like, "You can't be on there. It's a security risk." And he's like, "But I'm further away than all of those people that are down on the ground with the players," and so on. Needless to say, that didn't end well.
Is that why he can't go to Starfire
No,
anymore?
no.
No, I'm just kidding.
But then he came down and it was fine.
Yeah.
But like the year ended with him just basically doing the
The
same
same
thing
thing.
with a megaphone.
And but that was what's surprising. It's
It was
like
fantastic.
nobody said a word.
Part of that's
I'm pretty certain somebody told me.
no, he just literally.
We were
hopped over the wall
like
and did it.
15 feet away from him at that point, and
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it happened, but I didn't
like
see.
we talk a lot about this, or maybe I spend too much time talking about it because I just feel it's different than all the times I spent at Yankee Stadium or Giant Stadium or Madison Square Garden or any other
Rutgers
city I've been.
Seahawks
No,
Seahawks games.
at any other place I've seen a sporting event, like the access you get to players and our teams, if you will, is just so very
Yeah,
different.
yeah,
Yes.
And I think that's just something where they're like they probably just trust him to handle himself in a
Yeah, no, I think
the
you're-
proper
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
And it worked out.
Yeah, it does, and it usually does. Like when Schmetzer said, he came out and by that TV screen and said, you could just feel it in his everything in his soul that he's saying, "This is for you guys." Because of that relationship.
But
And
he
he
was right in
put
the
it over.
march. He got off the trolley. We started talking about it, then we got sidetracked.
Yeah.
He came off the trolley, marched at the front of the march.
Got to the front of the march for
and
like
then
a
you and I were
block.
walking for a while, and then like, half the march stopped.
Yeah.
And went to see him because he was walking back
Yep.
to the trolley. We kept marching, and then it's interesting to watch him.
He was like, I want to be.
Yeah, he wanted to
Yeah.
be in the march. I mean, we
It
talked
was
about it
crazy.
before. He's the one who goes. He's the first guy at S2 membership. He's,
Right.
he's an ECS member. Blah blah blah. He's
Greatest hug
one of
ever.
us.
Greatest hug ever.
Yeah. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
You
I
got
thought mine was the best hug ever, but that's
Sorry,
fine. That's
dude.
cool.
Sorry,
Grandma and I talked about
He's
this
keeping it real.
a week ago, I think it was, or maybe 2 weeks ago. Does the no, it was a week ago, I guess, after the championship. Does the
Special effects.
Does the I
Like
have
it's
no idea
raining.
What, that is.
Has Aaron just like stopped on this tweet right here?
What is it? I don't even know what
It's
it is.
for Pampers.
Is it really?
Like you actually intentionally
No,
clicked
not
on
really.
that tweet.
No, I did
Is
not.
there something you're not telling us?
I'm
Telling us?
I'm pregnant.
Is there a new SonarFeed baby
God,
on the
no.
way? Your wife is gonna fucking kill us.
No more babies. Hashtag no more babies. But does the winning of the championship, does some of the changes they've already becoming more and more? Do we start to lose some of that?
No.
Like immediately
I don't
or
think
down
so.
the road?
Again, you can never say what's going to happen in 5-10 years.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Can you repeat your question?
Do we feel like with the winning of the championship, we're an MLS Cup champion? There's more media involved. Maybe we get a little more attention. Do we start to get less access to the players or less because there's more quote unquote more fans
Not next
going
year.
out? Not
Yeah,
next year.
I
Okay.
don't think not
Yeah,
in the next
not-
5 years, but I can see that in the
That's
next
a
10
salary
years.
issue.
Yes.
Like as long
Okay.
as the players are living in the same neighborhood where you live,
Okay.
you're going to have access to
Okay.
them because
Fair
they're going to
enough.
feel like they're one of you,
Right.
no matter what.
Right.
Yeah.
But when all of the players live on Mercer Island or what's that, like Black
Obas,
Canyon up
or
in
Well, that's
Obas.
because they'll
Oklahoma,
have their own HOV.
or the
Obas
Brave Land,
penthouse
you know,
condo.
Yeah.
or Yarrow Bay and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, you
Yeah.
know, like where the Seahawks live,
Yeah. Right.
then they'll start to feel different.
Okay.
It's
It's a
it's
fair
the same
comment.
thing that happened with the Dodgers, basically. When they were in Brooklyn,
They all
they
lived.
went to the corner market,
Right, yeah.
they lived with you, they did stuff with you, and that's how they became Brooklyn's team.
Yeah.
But now the Dodgers don't give a damn about LA.
Yeah.
Because they're in stuff that gets featured on $1 million listing. Not
I like
It's
that
a fair
show.
comment.
It's one of my
You know.
favorite shows.
Yeah. Okay. It'll be interesting to see as more media attention brings more people in, and that makes
they already sold out their expanded
Now.
300 level tickets.
They did.
And they will bring more fans.
Yeah,
Wow.
they added that central 300.
Do you know how much that is? How many seats that is?
It's a couple thousand on.
Only a couple thousand.
But they can
But-
easily just keep expanding Out.
I will say that one of my biggest Seahawk tailgate buddies that I sit with for like 14 years, at the game on Thursday, I said, "Man, you got to go to a game with us." He's like, "Yeah,
Really?
yeah," and he has been the biggest shit talker about soccer since I've known him. Like,
Championships
no.
matter.
Dude.
Sure.
For him to say, "Yeah, he'll go to a game," I'm like, "My God."
Yeah.
I mean, just look at the bump that the Mariners had by making the playoffs 3 times in 5 years, or 4
Yeah.
times in 6, or
Then that 95 to
4
01.
and 6,
Yeah.
95 to 01,
Yep.
4 times in
Built the
6
damn
years.
stadium for
Yep.
him.
You know, built a stadium, and it took a decade for that to finally run out. And they didn't get a World Series banner; they got a tied
Yeah.
historical record, and
Yep.
didn't even win the AL.
Right.
You know,
But I would say even like you bring up the Mariners, so I'll go there. Like the Pen, there's literally nothing like that in the entirety of Major League Baseball.
or the King's Court.
Where like, absolutely,
You
but
know,
like that. But that, like, there's no netting. Like you can get in bullpens in other Major League stadiums. There's nothing between you and a player. You could hit them with your beer.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you could absolutely
Kinda
do
accessy,
it.
yeah.
But they just trust you not to do it. And it, for the most part,
That's work.
I've never heard of it happening. I'm sure something's gone on.
Some
in there.
idiot will
But
Yeah.
ruin
like
it.
that's a different. It doesn't exist. I've lived in a couple buildings downtown with Mariners and with Seahawks. And if you live in Bellevue and if you live in the Bravern,
Yeah.
half the damn Seahawks live in there.
Yep.
You're
All-
probably bumping into them in the hallway.
All one of you listeners that listens in the Bravern.
Nice. Anyway,
We get one
Oba.
over there? That's worth like
Oba.
1,000 people.
It is.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's
multiplier
over.
Don't
effect.
forget, 95, we had the Bone Zone at the Mariners.
I'll tell you
Wow.
that story off the air.
You remember that, right?
Um,
you know, you weren't here in 95.
I know. I know.
You know-
what
you
you're
know
talking about.
Bone.
I do.
Buhner. Jay
You also
haircut.
had that
By the way,
really good
speaking of
promo where
haircut.
you like got your head shaved.
Yeah.
Got your head
He
shaved.
would
for
love
tickets,
that.
I will
right?
tell you that
Yeah.
off the air.
Oh.
Whoa.
So Freddie
Sort of beat
Montero's
after
back in
dark.
town.
Yeah.
You saw that?
You know what that means? Probably nothing.
No.
We do need a winger.
I did see a particular irony in the fact that his "Hey, I'm back in town" announcement was he and his buddies at Din Tai Fung,
Yeah.
Which one was he at?
the Bellevue.
Bellevue.
But let's remember, he is a multimillionaire
Yeah.
living in China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what does he do for his welcome back to Seattle?
Dumplings.
Hey, DTF is pretty good.
But
It's pretty good, but
I
Speaking of
agree.
money-
DTF is pretty good, Jake.
From State Farm.
well said.
The point being is that
Guys, Jake
This
has
is-
just realized what he said out loud. He's not even
Wow.
watching reruns
and he's not
with,
even
with
drinking.
the situation.
Yeah. And he's not even drinking. That's the best part.
Wow.
So
after
tonight we
after
learned
Jake,
Jake is DTF.
DTF, he's going to GTL.
I don't know,
LMFAO.
I don't know if he can get any more RED
I
than he
appreciate
is
it.
right
Sorry.
now.
Can we
I had to do
Amazon
it.
Prime now some pants? Because I think he just wet them. So
Anyway, what were you going to say, Dave?
I just really liked your comment. In the-
Rabona PKs for
Yeah.
everyone. Dude, that is so funny. Because you know that Clint Dempsey would totally fucking take a Rabona penalty.
if there is one player in all of MLS that will do it,
yeah, it would
It'd be
him.
Clint.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what do we want to
he'd
talk
make
about now?
CCL. What the hell is up with that?
No one knows.
No one knows.
We may or may not have CCL in 2017.
That is crazy.
Sounds like not.
I'd rather everybody.
not going to have CCL. Well, there will be a type of CCL for the minnows.
Right.
Yeah, but not for us.
we are
but
likely skipping it.
Yes.
we'll skip that round, and the winner of that will get to join us.
And Mexico.
Yeah,
The Mexican teams and the U.S. teams are moving on.
and Canada. Canada gets
I
their
guess
one.
that's right.
Their one trip goes to the higher level as well.
Yeah.
Good
Well,
times.
That means we're not going to be in it till 2018 then.
Correct.
I don't even know when
Which
that
means
is.
2 stupid friendlies.
That's the year we all have to get out
Stop.
and vote. So we have a
Please.
midterm election.
We already
Send-
paid for
I had a
them.
week
Please send your
of
survey
thinking
with
we were
no
getting a
friendlies.
CCL match.
I had a week where I thought we were going to get, because it was going to be group stage, so we
Yeah.
would have gotten
Yeah.
2. And so I was thinking we're going to get 1 friendly and 2 CCL like they did the last time with the
Yeah.
CCL. And now I'm like, oh, we're going to get 2 shitty
So-
friendlies.
I'm still.
Or they could refund us for Christmas.
I still think you're going to see some different things
Or playoffs.
from the friendlies. So
Like what?
I think you may see a non-Sounders friendly, like two other teams.
Oh,
Well, there is still a. Okay, we got passed over for the Gold Cup here in Seattle.
That just happened. Yep.
dude, well, that's another thing. Like,
That's dumb. Let's come back to that.
yeah.
Let's finish this
But
conversation. But that's a
there
good
are
topic.
some
Yeah.
more significant U.S. national team games that might be here
The World Cup qualifiers.
because there are, I believe, 4 World Cup
Mexico playing
qualifiers
November?
left or 3. 3.
I don't know how many.
But my gut is that we might get decent international team friendlies.
If we get like
We might
those
get one of
international
those.
champion,
Like you
Cup
might get,
type,
you could get a
where
game
it's
like
not
that.
the Sounders, where it's like a Chelsea versus
Liverpool or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Barcelona
I
or
could see
Inter
you getting
Milan.
that. I could also see you getting like
If I get that for the
Mexico,
25 bucks I
Japan,
spent,
or something like that.
Bring L3 here, and you're
No.
A-OK in my heart. Don't listen to this sexy man.
So anyway,
Bring L3 here.
if you bring L3 here, make certain to have 7 opponents lined up.
Like the 7 U.S. Gold Cups that they have.
Or 7 goals scored against them.
7 Gold Cups.
7
Gold Cups.
goals against El Tree.
Make 7 up
7
yours.
Gold Cups.
Damn.
Okay,
all right.
so Gold Cup. Then you
was
want to talk
great
about that?
Gold Cup.
So they're not.
Yes.
They're going. So the U.S. is going to play in Tampa, Nashville, and what was the third city?
Cleveland or Cincinnati.
Cleveland.
But more importantly,
Cleveland. So
why did
Tampa, Cleveland, and
Seattle
Nashville.
not get chosen?
Okay.
Because
Why did Seattle not
get?
we?
No.
No.
It's not just
Expan- someone
one.
mentioned
It's
expansion
14
teams.
venues,
Yep.
and they're all basically all NFL venues. That's what CONCACAF wanted.
You mean
They're not all in the South.
Like Seattle has an NFL
LA.
venue, like the Seahawks.
But one of the things that they didn't do, and again, U.S. Soccer works with CONCACAF on Gold Cup, but they also know, hey, we've got World Cup qualifiers, and they may not want to double up
Yeah.
where those World Cup qualifiers are.
Sure.
Because U.S. Soccer can probably look at the math, and the math right now says if you have the U.S. national team show up, the men's national team show up in the same city in the same year, they don't go, particularly if you overprice it twice.
Yes.
Which is what would happen with the So if the Gold Cup is here and we get Mexico versus the third best Caribbean team, that's
what
a
about
wet
the third
fart.
best Caribbean team?
Sure.
No, it's not. It's
That's just a wet
amazing.
fart.
No,
It,
no.
But as a general rule of thumb, it's not a great game. You would
Costa
love
Rica
it.
versus Belize, come on.
Yeah. Right.
So
If it's U.S. versus
U.S.
Mexico,
Soccer might just say, we'd rather you not go to Seattle because we can charge Seattle $180 on average when the U.S. national team plays there.
And
Yeah.
make it a qualifier.
And do it as a World Cup qualifier. So
qualifier would be bonkers.
U.S. Soccer would much rather take our money than have CONCACAF take
Sure.
our money.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, both of those
gonna get
organizations
our money.
see Seattle
Be good.
as a way to take money. So I think it was probably because there was some kind of, please
That's
don't
fair.
go there. Don't waste their non-Sounders funds on a shitty Gold Cup match.
Yeah.
Because unless it's the Gold
Why
Cup
don't they give
knockout
us-
round,
Why don't they give us a knockout round? But I get it. I see
Don't
what you're
get
saying,
it.
dude. I understand.
Good night.
I mean, we can't be upset about the
Later.
lack of focus or the lack of attention that Seattle gets until we know that we haven't gotten the attention yet. There's another round of national team events that are going to be announced.
Right. And good question from Brendan. Could we still get a knockout?
No, Gold
No,
Cup's,
right. It's
Gold
done.
Cup's
those
done.
14.
Those are
those
They did 14 venues.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not happy.
14
Brandon.
venues for a 16-team
No me
tournament
gusta.
is stupid.
It's
Yeah.
yeah.
No me gusta.
Yeah.
Para nada.
Yeah.
Para nada.
Like the World Cup has 32 teams right now,
Right.
And
And they're
max
at 8.
is at 12 venues.
Oh, yeah, but normally
and some nations have hosted as few as 8.
Yeah.
Like the Russia World Cup is either going to be in 9 or 10, depending on if their worst stadium gets done in time.
So, because of what happened in the election, does that mean we have a chance of hosting part of 2018 with the Russian Olympics? Or Russian U.S. men's? Never mind. World Cup.
Hold on a second. Fucking cheers, sir. Well done.
Your joke kind of bombed.
It did
Yes,
sound
we are.
bad. I did it wrong. But
Just
it was-
because we're a Russian vassal state doesn't mean we're going to host the World Cup.
You know what? Good use of the word vassal.
That was a very good use.
If we can get Surf in here before the end of the night.
Mark?
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Actually savage.
Seriously savage.
Like Macho Man Randy Savage.
oh yeah. Can you dig it? Go.
Jesse, by the way, said sticky rice package, and he's no longer allowed to say that ever.
Should I ban him?
No. I'll be back in a moment.
Okay,
Anyway.
we're losing.
I'm going to track
Hold on.
down more glue fine.
The Tacoma Stars opponent has a woman.
Oh, really quick,
Mexican national
Azteca
team
Baja
forward.
in the MASL has a
shit.
woman playing for them. She just played over the weekend.
Whoa.
And so the Stars are on January 7th. We'll host a woman playing professional indoor soccer.
Might have
Excellent.
to go to that one.
And her outdoor team, she's on Liga MX, just launched Liga MX.
Their own,
Yeah.
Woman.
Women's league.
And she's on the Solos.
Nice.
I hope that
That's a
works,
huge
man, because
step,
they can
Meg.
barely fund their own teams.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why they
So-
pulled out of the NWSL was because it's really too expensive to fund 8 players in the NWSL. And so now their federation was like, how about we just mandate the rich-ass teams down
Don't
here
have their own.
to
Have an own
fund?
team.
And they're mostly U23 sides, but
Yeah.
they're going to have like a third of the team can be professionals.
Pretty much.
And they don't have to worry about the NCAAs to screw
It's
that up.
and it's
I'll be back in a second.
Okay.
it's not a great like launching of its own independent league, but it's a huge step because
is.
Mexico is not very. It's still very. How should I
Old
put this?
world. Macho.
Old school macho. Yeah.
Machismo.
And it's very hard
Yeah.
to watch.
Yeah.
To get followers to watch.
exactly.
Women's soccer.
Yep.
So I
Yeah.
think it's huge, historic actually.
Yeah. That's good, though. It's a good change.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally.
Okay. So what else do we want to talk about tonight?
Man.
Just because you guys had a really good time at the end of your party. It seemed
Yeah, we
like
did.
Yeah, Mark would like
Mark-
you guys
Mark
to tell him all
was
about it.
at the end of
If
season
he hadn't
party.
left so early, and he was like
What time
on
did
a
you leave? Like
mission to
11?
leave too, dude.
11:50,
Mark was like, "I gotta go. I gotta go." I was like,
and he
Why are
didn't
you
even call
leaving?
me for a lift ride. I
"Well,
would
where
have
are you
taken
going?
you. I
Like,
would
why
have
are you
lifted you
leaving?"
home.
But he was like just in a mindset that he's gotta go.
I was there. I was like right there
I
nearby.
didn't know where I was.
Anyway, Mark got home.
Yes, you got home
Safe.
safely.
Good.
We
Yes.
think.
We think.
Yeah. It was a
we had
blast.
tacos.
We had tacos.
Were
They
they
were pretty
good?
darn
I
good
thought they were
tacos.
You did.
I did.
Not my fault you didn't have tacos.
Yeah.
You didn't have tacos?
I still my ticket.
Yeah, I heard the
Quesadillas
quesadilla was really good. Yeah.
Grandma
Was
had
it?
steak quesadilla.
Didn't have one.
It was great.
What
man.
are some of the? Do you have any numbers in your head from like the end of year stuff that you can share?
Oh, y'all
I
had
wasn't
plenty.
there.
What? Oh, like stuff.
Like
we
you guys
did?
had like 5
about
million
5
miles.
million miles
Miles
traveled.
Yeah,
traveled.
right.
5 million miles.
We
5
how'd you go-
sold
how'd
you-
about
million miles.
1,300 home tickets, including the playoffs.
Nice.
So, for context, we have about 50 tickets a game.
How many?
50
Okay.
to start.
Okay.
We had more for the playoffs.
Sure.
And then for certain games, we bought more tickets than the 50 we were allotted.
Okay.
So, but we sold about 1,300.
Okay.
Which was great. For
Is that better or at what you thought you would be at for the year?
it's above because we got more than expected for the
Cool.
Well, we got less than we wanted, more than we started with going
Okay.
into the playoffs.
Okay.
So we ended up doing very well.
Good.
And then because of some of the pricing, we have to sell our tickets at the same face value price that the Sounders sell their one-offs for.
Right.
In that same ticket like pricing zone.
Yep.
So we took that money and we lowered the cost for the tickets for MLS Cup.
Woo!
So
Which, yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. That was huge. Because that was a $57 ticket.
$57. It was $67 for 2017 members.
Yep.
I'm-
Because we decided to open that up.
Yep.
But we took about $10 a ticket off because we could.
I'm gonna go out and say that that's probably one of the cheapest cup final prices in the world.
That was amazing. I was thrilled with that number.
Yeah.
It would have been 40 something at home.
Yeah.
Wow.
For-
As it
GA.
is, having to make that travel, 10 days, flights. I mean, we all know.
Yeah.
We,
All in.
Somebody,
Yeah.
I think it was James Willard tweeted something like, if an average person spent $750 on that trip,
Yeah.
that it was like $1.5 million spent with the people who went,
yeah.
which
To support the
It
team.
was
Support-
lower
yeah.
than that because I think a lot of people did
Used
like
miles.
what all of us did,
Yeah.
or used miles,
Or we shared
but
a
even
lot of
so,
rooms,
like
yeah.
we shared
Or-
rooms.
We got the hookup. Twitter, Natasha, love you.
Stayed in
Right?
the airport for 10
Thank you.
hours.
Thank you,
twice.
Natasha.
But even so, like, Adam's off camera.
Yeah.
Adam, what was your flight cost?
250,
about?
right?
So even with the layover, your cost was 250. So people I know spent, I'd say, around that as the low water mark to like 4 to 6 was about the average for most people,
Yeah.
and some
5
people spent a lot
5.5.
more.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
So-
had 5 people in my car who didn't pay me for the car, so I paid more.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I haven't settled
You
up.
need to figure
No,
that
I know,
out.
I know. I haven't looked at it yet.
So anyway,
I just had to throw you under the bus.
I mean,
Can't reach my wallet.
You paid for
So-
my hotel room, so I'm
Yeah.
not even worried about you.
But-
so
I'm not worried.
We'll,
But
we'll,
all
we'll
in-
figure it out.
I know where you
I
live.
would
Yeah, exactly,
say,
yeah.
like, think about it. Even on the ground, like,
No.
you know, I spent $10 on coffee in 2 days, and
$1,000 on booze.
That's it?
Oh, we bought your booze for you. That's right. I forgot.
no, you didn't.
Yeah, we did.
Not
At the Loose Moose.
at the Loose Moose.
Yeah.
not all of it.
No, at the
Trust
SonarFeed
me.
show.
Oh, it's SonarFeed.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a
I think I only
show.
had like 2 drinks.
Guys,
Thank God.
Yeah.
go watch that show again.
I thought that
Watch all our shows.
I thought
They're
that
all great.
TT was buying our drinks.
That asshole forgot.
12 men didn't
Yeah.
pay for our drinks.
No, that's 12 men.
Did we buy
But it was
12 minutes?
I w- No, he
He
didn't.
probably
want
turned down.
No, he went on. We did buy Ariel.
All in though, I would say, realistically, even if you earned out your miles
Yeah.
and things, you easily spent $400 to $600.
Exactly.
In like $20 increments.
Correct.
You know, like
Yes.
that's how that went down.
Yeah.
Like multiply that by 1,500 people.
Yeah.
Like
It's a lot of money.
it's a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Which is just nuts on a whim.
Next time.
And it was a last minute. Here would have been amazing, but this next one will be home, and then we can all. It would have been differently amazing. It was. It's funny because I've been driving all week to make up for it, and every time I've
Except
been wearing
today.
literally the same outfit like every day. I wash it every 2 days or so, but I've worn like almost like to the T. I've worn the same.
Because
Like,
you are dirty AF.
but I've washed it all. I promise. But everyone
about
gets
your
in my
beard?
car.
Did they
Yeah,
ask
did
you
you
why
watch the
Santa
beard?
Claus
I watched
is in
my-
green?
Yes. I said I'm Sounders Claus.
Anyway,
But everybody gets in the car and they go, "Oh, how about that game? It was amazing." And I tell them I was there, and they're like,
No.
way!" It's
You're
so
like, yeah.
That guy in a store
A guy in the store for Adam.
came up to me and is like, "Oh, hey, did you see our MLS Cup champion shirts?" I was like, "Oh yeah, that's cool. I actually already have one." He's like, "Oh, did you watch it?" I was like, "Yeah, I was there." He's like, "I'm not talking to you."
here's
ahead.
one of the huge downers of the after party. So Derek and Beth and me and a couple other people were walking out, and there's this cardboard box over on the coat rack, and we're walking by, and we're like, we should go see what's in that cardboard box. And it was like parting gifts for people leaving the party. It was goddamn championship sweatshirts.
What?
Yeah, and I know because someone else walked over and grabbed one, and we didn't. Damn it.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Missed out.
Thanks, Mark.
Mark
Thanks,
also
Mark.
didn't get one.
No, I know. I didn't get one either.
Yeah.
Mark got like sent back to his
Hey,
hotel.
Mark had a killer cab ride back to the hotel, though.
Yeah,
You remember that cab ride?
When you told the cabbie to turn the meter off,
Yeah. And then the cabbie was the best ever because he just.
Oh my
went-
God, dude.
because y'all went
Pulled
4
like a
blocks.
Yui in the middle of the street.
Yeah, it was like 4 blocks. And he made 14 turns in those 4 blocks.
Yeah, dude.
It's actually, hold on. One, no, hold on. Out of the driveway, left. It's
It's like 2.5,
One
maybe
turn.
maybe 2.
Glue vine?
2. However,
No.
it was it was like 2 turns.
14?
Oh yeah, because yeah, it was 14.
Give him 20.
We gave him a 20. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was probably worth it though.
It was an $8 ride,
Champ.
maybe, but it was worth it.
That was included.
Oh, Grey Goose, please.
Guys, the bar is out of Tito's.
We
Mark
drank
drank
them
all
out of
of-
Tito's. Did you see the plane, the captain that applauded the people for drinking all the alcohol?
Southwest.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, I've been on one other plane where we drank all the liquor before. Yeah, it
The-
was a Hawaii flight,
Okay.
and they told us, and I happened to be in first class, and they were like, guys, this is the end. And they saved Mai Tais for everyone, like everyone on the plane gets them. And they actually just started giving us Mai Tais in first class because they literally ran out of alcohol on the whole plane.
Y'all have never flown with Coos.
Yeah.
Every time the Cougars
But I have to
go to
tell
a
you-
bowl game,
No.
But here's the thing, though. But, dude,
Mark,
Hawaii,
I'm on the mic.
Hawaii, they usually cater both ways on the plane. And I'm like, how did we drink all the alcohol? Like, I know you have more. Nope, drank it all. It was actually probably good they didn't make an announcement.
Wazoo is notorious for any away trip.
Speak louder, please.
Louder. We have a special
No,
effects
actually, speak
rain
louder.
going
I
here.
am
It's because of
cut
the
you.
rain.
Man, Mark is gonna kill Tom
Yeah, he is.
on the way home. If you don't see Tom tomorrow,
It's because I'm driven into the zone.
When the Cougs travel for away games outside of the Pac-12,
This is the team that we're talking
they
about, by the way.
crush.
yeah,
Yeah.
You did Impact Club.
yeah.
I haven't heard of a Pac-12,
Phoenix.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That
but
was awesome.
They have done it.
So this is our last episode for the year.
No!
We'll be back next year. Do we have anything else we want to talk about
We
tonight?
have 18 more minutes.
Okay, all right. But let's. So what else do you want to talk about then? Oh, let's talk.
There's
Let's-
been a couple player changes.
Yeah, before we go to the player
Instead of
changes,
this.
I'd like to know a question. Or I have a question.
A question.
How many? Was
Are you
anybody
serious?
really seriously offended by the fish in the cup? Like seriously offended?
No. That's his meat.
Like,
Like seriously
I'm not
offended?
really a fan
Not
of
like
it.
it was maybe dumb or whatever.
I
But
had
like,
shots off the supporter shield, so what can I say?
I was there for that. I was with you.
Yeah, I think it's more of
You were there
just
too.
like,
That's right.
I'm like, oh, look.
You were
did
offended?
the most possibly cliche
Oh.
thing you could come up
Both
with.
shots. Yeah. Yeah.
know-
no. Exactly.
Ma-
It was,
didn't
Tom,
care.
you know when you get a sitter and you don't take it and you pass it up so that you can get the fancy shot and then you mess that up?
Yep.
You hit the sitter. You take the layup. You dunk
Yeah.
the damn ball.
I know. It's
Take,
just,
put the points on the board.
it's
That's
just
why he's grumpy. He
disappointing.
didn't eat food.
Yeah.
You put the fish in the cup.
So what you're saying is
Lotion in the bathroom.
she places the fish into the MLS Cup.
After
Ideally.
the lotion. With or without lotion.
And let's be honest, we
But
do
then
it.
you get really angry and you're like, put the cup, put the fish in the cup. Put the fucking fish in the MLS Cup.
You know what? I'm already thinking when they win their second MLS Cup, there's some interesting like cliche stuff that they haven't done yet.
2 fish, 1 cup.
And
Oh my God. End the show. Hold on, I'm posting that on Twitter.
and
I'm winning this battle. 2 fish, 1 cup.
there's some great
At
stuff that they
Me
can still do.
Vida Seattle. SonarFeed. Hashtag. That shit is out there. Anyway.
You started it, Dave. You started it, Dave.
Wait, do you mean like carp? Or like what do you... Anyway.
Cut the carp out. Let's go. Dave, you were saying?
There's some fun stuff left that they can do around here. Cheese curd down at like the Beechers thing. That's
Throw it
right
off the
there on
falls.
Pike.
Just actually put it in there and have them
Just
make
sail it around. Yeah.
cheese around it.
Have Stefan Fry at the bottom of the falls and like have it come over the falls and he catches it.
Have one of the local roasters empty their batch.
Don't think
Into
that
it.
hasn't already happened.
Haven't seen it.
But maybe
Let's
it's
see
in,
it.
maybe it's
There's
cut.
going to be a hot sizzle reel
Oh my God.
of MLS Cup doing weird shit.
Oh, the memes are going to be flown.
That's happening.
Well, your tweet probably just went viral, and it's also raining.
What,
like,
what was
yeah.
it that Herc said when the plane ran out? Matt Doyle had tweeted, kind of disappointed this wasn't Sounders fans when the
Yeah.
plane had run out. And surprised this didn't happen on the team plane. And Herc's like, well, we could tell you how much whiskey fits in the cup.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed
Speaking
that.
of whiskey, among other things, I had someone randomly walk up to me who will remain nameless at the head of the march right before we were getting going and just hands me this massive coffee cup from a coffee establishment that will also remain nameless. And he just goes, drink this. And I opened the tab and I was like, whoa.
Where was this
So I
at?
drank it.
Where
During
at?
the march.
In the street.
Oh, in the March. Okay, cool,
Yeah,
nice.
it was
I
right
had a
before we
bottle of
started
champagne
marching.
with me during the entire march, but totally cowered it.
You forgot?
Cowered it.
You not?
Well, I was
couldn't
trying to
find my
sneak it to one of the
flask.
players so they could have that Marshawn Lynch moment where literally a fan handed him and it popped. But for some reason, 40-year-old man approaching the players the police were less interested in
Yeah.
than kids approaching the players. Like any kid could go up to the players and get something signed, but access for and I understand. I'm a middle-aged man. I look dangerous, particularly with this large bulge along my chest. As you know, which they don't know if it's a bomb or a champagne. It was champagne. So I took it back to work, and then I'm like, I took it from work, and then I took it home.
Are you sure you weren't just happy to see me?
I didn't even see you.
Wow.
Hugo? You were happy to see Hugo?
I was very happy
Okay.
to see you guys.
Okay, there we
Let's go.
So
All right, players. Let's
So
talk about
players.
players for
There
a
have been
minute.
some player changes already.
Dylan Remick left.
Dylan Remick.
Dylan
got-
Remick to Houston.
And then
Damn.
Houston Rumor, the dude from Monterey, the dude that played from Saprissa, who played us and killed
it's
us.
actually better if Hugo says Monterrey.
Monterrey.
That's why I said Monterey.
No, you
Monterey.
didn't.
Sounded not at all like
You
that.
didn't say that at all.
You
Whatever.
said Monterey.
Same
Monterey.
difference.
You say it like Monterey Jack cheese.
Yes, Monterey
Hey,
Jack.
they have a really good aquarium and sea area.
Monterey.
So anyway,
Okay.
I
California.
thought
Forget it.
Portland
Never mind,
had
forget it.
somebody from Saprissa that they were.
They're trying to get Roy Miller, the guy who basically lost the Red Bulls chance to
Yeah.
win a title
Okay.
because he wouldn't let Thierry Henry take a free kick.
Right. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Dallas picked up a Colombian that's pretty
Did they?
gnarly. Yeah.
Dallas or Houston?
That was Dallas.
What you're thinking of is
Yeah.
a different thing than what he's
Okay,
thinking of.
okay.
That happens at times.
Yeah, I know. Once in a while, sure.
Every once in a while.
So
Texas.
you were talking about
The dude-
Houston trying
yeah.
to chase the dude that did very well against the Sounders.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of excited for Dylan Remick because Dylan
I am
Remick's now the understudy for DeMarcus Beasley. And if you're going to learn from a left back in the world,
That is the one.
that's a pretty decent left
Yeah.
back to
Yeah,
learn from.
That's
Exactly.
a good call.
DeMarcus Beasley, who retired from the U.S. national team, and then national team coaches were like, you're not allowed.
Yeah. We want you back.
Yeah. So he's still the best left back in
So
the US
is
system.
that why they're talking about calling him in? Like, is that there's just kids that they need him to?
Yeah, they don't.
much.
There isn't a winner at left back right now. Like
Right.
there isn't a clear U.S. national team left back. There are a couple guys that could be it. Joe Corona still.
But that's like, but he's a guy at left back. Like a lot of times people talk about. We've talked about this. Outside backs as failed wingers.
Yeah.
Like he's not a failed winger. He is a
Outside back.
really good outside back.
He runs every line. And, like he's good. Like
He
what
always
he
played
brings
really
is
well
great.
against
Like,
us, man. Against Mexico, he always killed us, man. That
Us.
guy Bradley.
Us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Yeah.
let's go, Viva
So,
Mexico!
Anyway,
it'll be fun because the January camp, DMB will be there, which means that
They will.
DeMarcus Beasley, not the other crappy band.
Remick will basically be playing with the first team
Right.
down in Houston
Yep.
until DeMarcus comes back.
Yep.
And then they chat. So it's good for Remick. The Sounders brought back Brian Meredith.
Why?
Keep it
seems
right.
random.
So what's interesting about this is they're clearly still high on Tyler Miller. They protected him in the expansion draft.
Right.
So what you're looking at is Tyler Miller basically starting every single S2 game, so he gets the reps.
Oh, interesting.
And if you do that, you want your third keeper, which is what Meredith will be, to be someone who can step in at a moment's notice
To
in your
MLS.
MLS squad.
Got it.
So
So is Charlie gone?
probably, but they could carry 4 keepers and be okay.
Yeah.
They had 4 in the org last year,
Right.
so we'll see.
Okay. Interesting.
Is that it?
I was
for the
kind of
moves?
surprised. Yeah. So that's all
Wow.
I've seen so far.
That's all the moves
Yeah,
I've
that-
seen.
that's all the
Official.
officials.
And then
Yeah.
there's two wingers we're looking at: the Colombian and the Algerian.
Okay, yeah. So Victor Abarbo
Yep.
is the Colombian
Yep.
winger with Caligieria. Damn Italian.
Cagliari.
Yeah, that one. Been on loan to Roma and Pantheon.
It's a little island, I think.
He gets to cancel his contract with that Greek squad because they don't that one. Yeah, Panathinaikos. Because like
Props-
most Greek
props for
squads,
that
they don't actually
pronunciation.
pay their players.
Mm.
So he
Weird
hasn't
how
been
that
paid,
works.
and so he gets to cancel it, and so he might be looking for a move,
on a free.
and that would be on a free.
which is stupid.
But
Okay.
yeah. Hello.
he's a guy that makes Nelson Valdez's pre-Sounders history look like one of the best goal scorers ever. Barbo has only had one good season. Now, he's still young-ish.
29?
He can still get better. That's the Algerian. that
Well,
we're
Algerian's
gonna get
29. How old?
to. Barbo's 26
6 or 27? Okay. All right.
Wow.
Okay.
So he could still be something
For a couple years.
But he's somebody who clearly is like, Colombians have played there. They played well there. They have money. They win championships. They pay on time. So I want to be there.
Right.
I referred to that when I wrote it up as a player side or agent side rumor. That's not necessarily that the Sounders were scouting him.
Okay.
The words came out of them.
Their camp.
That, hey, we're interested in playing for the
Okay.
Sounders, and it went public before the back channels necessarily were done. So that's one of the guys. The other guy is Halal El Arabi Sudani. He's an Algerian. He went to the last World Cup.
Yep.
Played in 3 games with Algeria, started 2 of them. He has 29 goals in his Algerian national team experience. Has played in Portugal and Croatia.
Yep.
Is a
Forward.
pretty
Winger.
darn good winger.
Winger.
Generally on the right
Both
side.
Both these guys are right wingers.
Yeah, Barbo is more often he's a right wing / forward, whereas Saldani is a right wing, left wing, second striker type.
Ooh.
So more purely that band of 3.
Okay.
Saldani gets an assist for basically every other goal. He gets 2 assists for like every 3 goals.
Okay. Wow.
So more of an assist guy. Think of him kind of like a if Freddie Montero was in the band of 3 but left-footed,
Yep.
kind of that same place. So on the right, drifting central.
Wow.
So in both cases, you're looking at probably a DP in the band
Yeah.
of 3 if Dempsey's healthy. New guy, Dempsey, Ladero, Morris up top.
Wow.
And then Roldan and Ozzy in the middle.
Yeah, Roldan and Ozzy are behind. Like, you're
No
not going to
question.
shake that. And
Nope.
then your bench guys are like Alvaro Fernandez, still under contract. One of Eric Freeberg and Anders Vanschitz probably back.
You think so?
As a
One of
backup,
them.
One of them.
You really think they'll
One of
keep
them are probably
either of them?
back.
Okay.
There's a
could just
chance,
see
depending
them
on their.
Yeah.
both being gone.
They could both be gone, but if they take pay cuts, and I'm fairly certain Eric Freeberg is willing to renegotiate
Yeah.
down to stay here.
Yeah.
And heck, Ivanschitz moved.
Yeah.
Ivanschitz, sorry,
Yeah.
Ivanschitz.
moved his family here. His
Right.
family is in a local.
And he
youth
seems to have
soccer place.
connected to the community like in a weird, awesome way, a good way.
I would
Like an
say
undercover
this
way,
year-
like you don't
It's
see
funny
it, but
him
it's-
being injured and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like this season, I actually felt more
Than last year.
Than last
I
year.
thought it was
And
really
last
great.
year he was coming in. People were like, "Yo, this
Right.
guy's dirty."
Yeah.
Like,
We're entering an MLS era where players of Eric Freeberg, Alvaro Fernandez, and Anders Ivanschwitz's quality
Our bench
are
players.
your rotational guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where, like, a couple years ago, those rotational guys would be making, like, 80 to 100, and now they're making
Like
240.
yeah,
And that's because the TAM increases.
Yep.
Mean that more of those. Plus,
There's
when you
more
get
talent wanting to come here.
a homegrown player of Jordan Morris's quality that's in your starting lineup, when you get a draftee of Christian Roldan's quality that's in your starting lineup,
So clutch.
you're starting to, like, you got cheap guys. Heck, Jovan Jones isn't pricey. So
Yeah.
there you've got 3
Right.
really cheap,
Yeah.
like, salary cap cheap. And that's why you can spend an assload of money along
Yeah.
the rest of the back line and your primary bench players.
What do
One
you-
person we ignored talking about
Roldan.
was Valdez. I know he's making 1.5 ish this year, 1.15, whatever it is. He's not DP next year. Does he come back? Does he take $1 million hit and come back at a $250,000? I mean, I know it's stupid, but I mean, does he come back at $250,000 or 400,000, whatever the minimum is?
It's
maximum.
hard
sorry,
to-
maximum is.
It's hard to say, yeah, he should do that because
Yeah. When he
whatever
can make-
you make, can you imagine taking 2/3 less
I'm doing it right now, but yeah.
in order to be happy
yes,
by choice?
Not by choice, but I'm doing it.
You're
That's why I
asking Nelson
chose-
Valdez to do that by choice.
choice.
No, No.
'Cause he's
And
gonna
I'm
have
asking-
offers
And I'm
and-
asking you though, as the guy, community or
The people that want Nelson Valdez to take $1 million pay cut to be a $400,000 bench player
Yeah. Right.
are asking him to do something they would never do on their own.
No, absolutely. No, I wouldn't. I mean, I did it.
Well,
I'm
because
happy,
it's
but no.
easy to like deal.
Yeah.
It's other people's
Monopoly
money.
money. Yeah.
Um,
But can he get
I'd
that?
love for him to be back.
Me
Yes.
too.
And if he's, clearly he can still start, he can still be a rotational player. One of the interesting things is, Lagerwey said on Q13, Q It Up Sports, they still want to get younger. And so what that means is some of the even shits, Hercules Gomez, Nelson Hato Valdez, the well past 30 group, at most one of them comes back.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay.
That's how you get younger.
Changes.
Yeah.
Alvaro Fernandez and Eric Freeberger in that right at 30,
Yeah.
Yep.
Brad Evans back. His option was picked up.
Yep.
Probably
I'm
your right
shocked,
back.
by the way.
Yeah, I was shocked by that
Shocked.
too,
Me too.
and not because of him, but just because I didn't.
Yeah,
He had the airs at the parade and the rally of somebody who thought he was
Okay,
gone.
Papa.
He thought he was gone.
I talked to people who, I talked
Oh,
to
yeah.
people who
Hush Taylor.
talked to him in Toronto that said they thought
He was done.
thought that he was done.
Yeah.
So,
So-
Tyrone Mears, probably almost certainly not back.
Yeah,
I
I
would
kind of
think
figured that.
so.
And so another way to get younger. Brad Evans is younger than Tyrone Mears.
Right. And do you think you platoon like or Evans and Fisher?
You still use Fisher as your third outside back,
Okay.
and he'll be on the left or the right as
Yeah.
needed.
Yep.
They need a fourth outside back now.
Yeah.
They don't have one.
You tell
If
her he needs one.
if Freeberg isn't back, then they need another central midfielder
Yeah, okay.
of the defensive nature, because obviously Alonso and Roldan can't play everything.
It's just, but
We
that's
can't go through a
actually-
season doing what Brian Schmetzer did, which was basically, if everybody's healthy, they play.
Play
them all.
play.
Yeah, no.
But I have to say that's one where like that guy got drafted. Christian Roldan, by the way, 2016
ECS.
John Glyer ECS Player of the
Let's
Year.
go.
Yes.
I think we all looked at that as he was going to take over Alonso's spot, and eventually that will probably happen.
Yep.
We all talked at the beginning of this season about Alonso not even being here still. At
There was
this
a
point.
chance.
There was a chance. He got
So-
almost traded. Nobody took him.
Thank
you.
It's
Thank you.
interesting to
Thank
see
you,
that
MLS.
like you can
MLS.
play
For
two
passing.
players that have that level of like defensive acumen all the time.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, all the time, and still have like a at sometimes punishing offense.
Yeah, like those runs he made at final. He got a couple of those.
They both can pop up late.
Crazy.
It's fun.
Oh,
Just absolutely crazy.
yeah.
Foul was called.
Yeah.
You know,
You
just
didn't
really, really cool to
release
watch.
the voting for
I didn't-
second on
I
the Glyer.
No, I don't even know what it is.
Okay.
I can say that
I had a
month
suspect.
before we finished, there were 5 players within like 4 votes of one another.
Wow.
And one of them at that point was Valdez. And there was a day where all of a sudden the voting changed to Roldan.
So was it? It started right around the playoffs.
Yeah, I think
Funny
so.
and past
Yeah.
Valdez. Wow.
And then it ended like November 15th, I think we closed it. But like there was just a moment where but the thing is it's not a team MVP.
No,
It's
the
player that
embodies
embodies
ECS.
ECS. And at that time, Nelson Valdez was killing it. Was even when he wasn't before he was scoring those goals.
Yeah.
He was going out there and running his ass off, and you saw a difference on the field.
Yes.
When he hit the field.
Yep.
I have to correct something. There was a second player lost to retirement. The 2015 ECS
Correct.
John Glyer Player of the Year award.
Yes.
Zach
That's
Scott.
Yes.
That guy.
Yeah.
Hey,
What
by
a
the way,
way.
go buy your testimonial tickets now because
Now.
I don't want to hear you complaining about not
yeah.
going
Whoops.
because
Did I think
you
I
didn't
buy
buy
mine.
tickets
So
like
we
you
have to
did
talk to the
Party.
Sounders about that because I've randomly
bought mine.
talked to 10 or 15 people just at other things in the last 2-3 days, and they're all like, "Wait, you guys are doing a real testimonial?" And then I tell them how much it is, and they're like, "We're totally going to that." So now I need to figure out how to get it to like go into not Sounders Twitter. I need it in like Sounders email or something because clearly
Internal.
no, probably.
Okay.
But yeah. So anyway, got to work on that.
Gotta find that.
Can you add it so I can use PayPal to buy my tickets?
They used to do that.
I'll talk to Dylan. So yeah, I know. No, I know why. I know why.
Do that.
You could beg Dylan to make changes just for you.
He's like,
He'll be a big fan of that.
I know he will.
They used to do it though.
Because Tom said he's going to email me my playoff tickets still. I'm still waiting for him.
They used to do it.
I deleted you from the list. Mark has his ticket.
Yeah, Mark left. He got pissed and he left. He went home.
Wow.
No,
Okay.
not really.
I mean, I could use
He
an
went to the
extra pair of
bathroom.
Beats. So. So anyway,
Okay, last comments, last thoughts. Wrapping up, kind of.
this
Greatest
is really
season
fun.
ever.
Oh yeah, the tattoo. So seven Sounders fans got together on Sunday
hi Mark.
and went to Anchor Tattoo in Ballard and got tattoos of stars. Eileen got 2. There was 14 total stars or something like that, I think, give or take. Some people got 1, some people got a couple, and they all got their star tattoos, which is pretty awesome.
Nice. Is
Yes.
it the same one?
All different.
And then I added this star.
It looks like so. This is O'Neill Fisher is doing some kind of a life
Charity
game of
event.
life charity event.
Woo!
Is that like Game of Thrones?
It's kind of like Game of Thrones. One soccer player will emerge, the rest will die.
What's going to happen first
Not
again,
really, but no.
CCL or the next Game of Thrones season? I can't remember.
CCL in
CCL.
2018
$150
in
Yeah.
the West Indies.
in the West Indies. Yeah, so probably not going myself
I'm not gonna make it.
in 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm not going to be there, unfortunately.
But man, that's awesome for them because they're trying to do like a developmental
Yeah.
program.
Which is good.
School. Yeah. It's a lot of talent coming out of the area, man.
So this was fun.
Yeah, it's good.
We had a fun year. Thank you for having me for many
yeah,
moons.
absolutely. We're off next week, and I think the following week we decided, or we never decided.
Isn't that
yet.
like
2 weeks off?
New Year's Day or
Ish,
Eve or something?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Or the day after New Year's. So we're gonna get together off the air and have a drinking eating
My voice
party.
is still
We're
not
gonna
100%
organize something?
back, y'all.
Yes.
I'm not
Wait, we're going to
100%.
actually plan how the show's going to be in 2017?
Yes.
No way.
It's what Hugo and I started to try.
Yeah.
I know it's amazing. I know.
We
Relax.
did pretty good.
Why do you have Trump photos on your phone, Mark?
Whoa. He has full frontal Trump photos on his phone.
Christina retweet that.
We do have some hype videos. We have some intermission hype videos. There's a lot of things that we did.
Highest of
Let's do it. Who 2016 was laid off or let go amongst the four of us?
No. You
Last fall.
Oh, it's fall.
Yeah. That was
Yeah, but you didn't get
2015.
hired, so you had to.
I got hired in the fall of 15. So
Oh.
16. I
It
got
blurred
the-
together. Damn it.
1 for 4.
1 for 4.
1 for 5. 1 for 5.
1
Yeah.
for 5.
Yeah. So
No, you were.
So if you're in the
2
hiring
2
interest-
for 5.
Don't host SonarFeed.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
last year was rough. Last year. This
falling
year
in
was
love
rough
with
too.
the Sounders is really bad for your employment. That's
But
what we
really good for
discovered.
your soul.
Oh,
I'll
so
take it.
much.
I'll take it.
So
dude.
much.
It's been a year that I've been able to reconnect in certain areas, disconnect and reconnect. You know, kind of like you have to break things to fix things, and it's been a good year overall. It ends on a good note. Let's put it that way. For me, David Bowie died early in the year, and that hit me hard. And then so I tweeted the other day. We started with a Black Star because that was Bowie's album,
Yep.
and ended with a Gold Star. Well, Gold Star for 2 years, and then it's a Silver Star because MLS is fucking weird.
Gold star for 1 year,
1 year.
Sorry, gold star for 1 year.
and it'll have
And
the
then
year
silver
inside it
Inside of it. And then it's a silver star
for
until you get
eternity.
5 years.
Until you get five, and then it's a big gold star with
Right.
no year inside.
Right.
There's only one team that has that.
LA. Until 4 years from now, there'll be 2 teams.
Let's go. LFG.
Wow.
yeah.
Not really, but okay.
If you haven't already, Google has a pretty good video they're running as like an advertisement. It's like at
year.
google.com/2016.
Okay.
I think this video runs it.
Okay.
But they're doing it as a television commercial,
Oh, interesting.
and it runs on the EPL stuff.
Okay.
Check it out. It's actually very cool. And the reason I bring it up was Bowie is fairly prominent
Okay.
within it,
Yep.
but it has a lot of the artists that we all love that have passed away.
I
And
mean,
just
we
really
lost
cool stuff.
Leonard
that
Cohen
happened.
this year. We lost
Insane.
Bowie this year. We lost Prince
Like
this
Muhammad
year.
Ali.
Dude, Q4
Yeah.
was bad.
Yeah.
Let alone like the other three
Right.
quarters of
Dude,
the
we
year.
lost
Pete Burns?
99-year-old people this
Pete
year.
Burns.
Today,
Oh,
The
yeah.
astronaut.
Gabor.
The astronaut.
yesterday. Today.
John Glenn.
Don Glenn.
Who can keep track?
No. I mean, it happens every year. But this year had this
You
weird.
don't know. It happens every year. There's nothing weird about this year and
Yeah.
loss.
No,
what happened this year is you were on social media more often than you were
Yep.
any other year, so you found out about it.
And you voted for Donald Trump.
I did not
Not-
vote for Donald Trump.
I mean, someone did.
Not in
Hey,
Washington.
less than
Someone
40.
here
Less than 50% of people did.
Probably voted for Donald Trump.
So, anyways, but thank you guys for
Yeah,
watching
thank you guys.
live here in person, watching on the internet, watching this later.
Shout
It's
outs to
been a fun
Berliner.
year. Yeah, the Berliner
Yes.
Pub. Oh my God, yeah. Oh yeah,
Oh,
you should
my
have.
God.
No, no, but yeah, because you're right. The Berliner Pub. Greg, the manager, is here
Yeah.
tonight, and
Amazing year.
Oh, he's right there.
Amazing events.
they do a great
Probably,
job.
probably had a bigger year than World Cup year, wouldn't you say, in away viewings?
That last,
Oh, yeah.
the last game.
Oh, yeah, that's a great
When we
answer.
were in Toronto.
Oh, yeah.
they were packed in here,
I
So,
saw
like, there was a
photos
path.
and videos.
going through.
World Cup final for Germany when they won by at least 90 people.
They beat the. Oh my God! There's a German pub beat the German Cup final by 80 people.
No, the
World
MLS
Cup final.
Cup.
Germany
World
World Cup final when they were in the World Cup final by 80 people. For
More
the Sounders game.
Sounders fans
Yeah.
came for the MLS Cup final than did.
That's fantastic.
4 degrees outside.
It was 34 degrees. Yeah,
75 people out here.
yeah, and there are people out here. Yeah, exactly. It is warmer out here, but yeah. But anyway, the Berliner Pub does a great job
But
hosting
ser- yeah,
us.
Yeah, they have.
So here, 2012 to now 2000.
Big
entering
supporters
16.
of SonarFeed, so please
So-
keep coming down. Even in the next couple of weeks when
Yeah.
we're gonna be here, we actually may be here for
But
New
we'll be back.
Year's. So
We'll be back here on the 10th, I think it is.
yeah,
that what it is?
January 10th, I think.
I
But we'll
can't keep
post
track.
it. But
yeah.
But we're gonna get together offline to kind of talk about things, figure out where we're going from here. The 9th, sorry, the 9th is a Monday, so the 9th. The producer, he produced it.
Whoa!
We're gonna end the
No,
Producer
but
did.
seriously, thank you guys. I want to say thanks.
We did some cool stuff this year.
Yeah.
That
Amazing stuff.
Hugo and I were the kind of like the old school SonarFeed crew.
By the way, you had-
we brought good.
You had Herc on.
Yeah, we had Herc on.
Amazing
You had
guests.
Eddie,
Eddie
on.
Johnson.
Eddie Johnson on. Steve
Oh my
Steve
God,
Zacconi on?
Eddie Johnson.
Yeah, Steve Zacconi.
That was this
Right,
year.
that show was
I know you're not going to
amazing.
like this one, but we had Keith Costigan on, who I actually enjoyed. Just pass that one on for you. We had a lot of folks on that were fun.
Tons, dude,
That
a
it was a
lot.
good year.
Dude, we had
Steve
a great year.
Steve Zacconi, though, coming out for Facito was on this year.
Was he?
We had
Dave.
Frank McDonald came on this year.
Yeah.
Like the history.
Levy Film.
Levy Phil. Yeah, Scott Levy came on.
Scott, I can't
That-
wait for that.
I know.
Oh my God,
my
that's
God.
gonna be so sick,
Just-
right? Yeah, we're over here like, yeah.
It's a fun community. It was a good year.
Yeah.
We talked at the beginning, and one thing we did do is that we brought Kyle, who's not here right now, but he brought a lot of the youth on. Dave came on from Thunder Heart, and then Tom came on. We had a lot of rotating hosts, if you will, a lot of folks that came in and came out, and it was great. It made it fun. It made it a lot of
It was super fun.
different perspectives. So, and then our producer.
Yeah.
Hold on, Mark.
Probably the
We
most.
love you, Mark.
You
I
know,
love you too.
Apple Cup.
I'm gonna say that probably like the biggest SonarFeed player of the year for the SonarFeed podcast is Mark, man.
Yeah,
He was consistent
the dude.
all year long.
Actually set up the show
Yeah,
every
every
week.
He was like Valdez. He redeemed himself after getting our stuff jacked and stolen.
Without you, we wouldn't have
Oh,
all. We
shit.
wouldn't have all this.
We would not. We would not.
Way to get it stolen.
Right. He's like, which microphone is that I got to turn down?
No, but seriously, man.
No, but
Ross
seriously.
Fletcher was on this year.
Oh my, was that no? That was
That
not
was the
this
beginning of the year.
Dude,
January.
everyone
No.
was
It was
on
January.
this year.
Are you serious, dude?
It
That
was
was one of
crazy.
my
It was a good year.
favorite ever.
Yeah, it was.
What a year, man.
So, 2016, goodbye.
Yeah.
Hello, 2017.
As champs, we go out as champs.
As Dave said, we're more aware, so we're more involved in it, good or bad. We are the champions. We are leaving this year
Campeones
of MLS. We are leaving the champions. Thank you all for being involved.
Yes.
I love you guys. It's a pleasure. It's fun to do this. Let's
Love you
keep
guys,
doing
man.
it.
Love you guys.
If you guys don't mind.
Dave,
keep
do you
doing
want to
it.
do another show?
You want to do it again?
Let's keep
Hey,
doing it.
hey,
Cool.
hey. There you go. And
Mark fired the old equipment, replaced it with the Schmetzer equipment. And on that note, Renton is ahead of the curve.
nice.
Out. Goodbye, guys and girls. Love you guys.
Love you guys. See you